I didn't find out till afterwards.
So
It's
and
me. It's my character.
Walmart's over here.
Hopefully we'll become
Where's the back to the
a
other screen? Because that wine's all
And then there's
There's
actually
My drunk disaster
right
child.
here.
Oh, video camera.
This is 27.
It's exactly her
Yeah.
description. It's drunk disaster
I know
child.
it.
Good evening and welcome to the Plastered Dragon, the internet's premier dragon-themed virtual streaming tavern. Home of role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons, Fiasco, and Dread, computer games like Minecraft and Jackbox, and anything else we can fit under the roof, like cooking, mindful raisin-eating, crafts. It's a veritable potpourri of streaming entertainment. I'm your host, the Plastered Dragon, and with me are Indigo Chameleon, Miss Audi, Gypsy Wolf, One Big Uno, and the Scribe.
Signature sound.
Yes. And they are going to be helping me tell you guys another chapter of the Echoes of Eberron story tonight, which, personally, I'm very excited about. Before we get down to that story, let's do some announcements. First off, tomorrow, Jackbox at the Dragon. I don't know who's co-hosting yet. I don't know if anyone is co-hosting, but last week we played some Jackbox and some Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which we turned out to be very good at, except for the fact that the audience couldn't hear us. And no one mentioned it, so Kayla and I just kept defusing bombs and feeling awesome, and then as soon as the stream was over, we saw someone say, "We couldn't hear you." So we're going to try and fix that for tomorrow, and if not, we'll just skip the bomb defusing. But there's some VR in our future as well. Then on Wednesday, Something Wicked This Way comes. Stuff's heating up there. Zephyr's been acting really out of character, and
It's very upsetting.
and Zuki has been nothing but kind to her, and he's just using her like a punching bag. What the hell, Zephyr? Meantime, Reg has gone back to his roots and found... What was that one? Wow. And found old friends and foes alike in his quest to reclaim his family. Nick is still chugging right along on his path to the dark side. I mean, what? No, Nick's not evil.
Praise Nick.
That should be the sign that he's evil.
Seven-headed serpentine Nick. Where's Nick?
That's it.
That's
And
The fact that he has a cult on Discord. Yeah.
And
maybe.
Keel
Sorry.
is just plugging along, helping out.
stalwart.
He is stalwart and stacked. Not fat, stacked. And then on Thursday we have The Cask, which is our new Minecraft show. Firehawk and friends, favorite Saturday morning cartoon, are playing Minecraft on a private server, which is pretty well developed, so they're not just building houses and things. A lot of stuff is built, and they do a lot of exploring and fighting, and this week they've got a new game that they've made up called Boat Chicken, in which they get on boats and row towards each other, or they may be motorboats, I'm not exactly sure. They move towards each other on the lake. One person is steering, the other person is a gunner. And the gunner tries to shoot the boat out from under the other team and dump them in the water.
Oh.
I have no idea what this is. They've made it up. It was just something that kind of happened when they were playing and decided to turn it into a game. And the vote for Boat Chicken was overwhelming. It was like 11 votes for Boat Chicken and 1 for the other suggestions. So tune in Thursday night for Boat Chicken. Friday night we have off. And then Saturday, look for a special stream hosted by our very own Josh. He is organizing something creative and bizarre, and we'll let you guys know what it is as soon as he lets us know. And then on Sunday, back at the Chameleon, of course, we have our card and board games. Last night, we learned the dirtiest card game in the world, not in execution, just in name. And we learned that 2s, 3s, 9s, and 10s were important, and we learned the words higher than and lower than, and I don't think anybody else figured much out about the game beyond that.
We got distracted.
It was more of like a get to know
But
you guys.
it was a little get to know you.
Oh, it was fabulous!
I'm like, I can't wait to learn this game. I think 9s do something.
I think they do
But
too.
have you also read
And do you guys have
Gulliver's
anything on
Travels?
Friday?
This Friday?
Yes.
Do we have something this Friday? I don't think we do. Do
We
we?
don't have anything this Friday.
Okay, so nothing Friday on any...
Unless there's something Friday, because you never know. It's true.
Right, well, you know, at the moment, Friday is a dark night.
We're very
The dark
spontaneous.
night.
Fridays are Bruce Wayne.
All right, with all of Where's Friday night?
Where's Friday night?
Be afraid of the dark. Alright, let's get down to tonight's story. When we last left our heroes in Echoes of Eberron, they were out with their new friend Bo, trying to help him find his missing piece. The Tin Man had lost his heart. And they had just murdered one of the people in the lair. Bob had kind of suggested with his eyes to Clementine, hey, let's interrogate this guy. And Clementine said, got it. Stab him in the heart.
I'm not a mind reader.
Clementine was like,
She also doesn't check for traps.
See, I just wonder what's it going to take for you to be like the Goblin Queen.
Me?
That's all I want.
That's all.
I
want.
is the Goblin Queen, okay?
that's endgame for Topher.
Gotcha.
Like after she retires.
Okay, found it. New short-term goal, be the Goblin Queen.
Done.
Okay, you can certainly try.
I can make that happen.
They found a secret passageway into the basement of the lair where they learned of several prisoners. Each of these prisoners had been maimed in some way, shape, or form as part of experiments by someone. And the party, upon seeing each of these, became very angry at whoever was doing this, except for Olin, who didn't trust any of the victims at all and wanted to stab them, one and all.
One at a time.
Yes, a compromise was finally reached in that they would leave them all at the base of the exit with weapons to defend themselves, but no way to climb out. And they could all guard each other because it was unlikely that all of them were evil. They were thinking at most one. And so this seemed a good system. They then headed, after tripping several traps, and found the main chamber of the misunderstood scientist Freda. Yes, I like that. That's great.
He's the scientist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Misunderstood scientist. Not an evil scientist,
No.
but misunderstood.
That's why it's softer.
His research was intended to better all of the world by all of Eberron by helping people survive more and more gruesome injuries and use Warforged technology. Although creating new Warforged is forbidden, there wasn't any rule about using that technology to create prosthetics or enhance people that may have had injuries. Unfortunately, to do that, he also had to steal some parts from some already living people, and he left them alive and mostly functional, though a bit worse off than when they started, to create his, as Bo put it, monstrosities. An ethical dilemma ensued about what to do with these new creations, who were half humanoid and half machine, or in some cases more than half. Because they had no knowledge of where the spare parts came from, and they were all innocent victims themselves. They were not friends of the doctor. He just found them out and around the surrounding area. In the end, it was decided that Freilich had to die, but that everyone else could stay, and it was hoped that they would use the lair to take advantage of the gifts they were given and try to pay them forward to society somehow. Possibly in a future spin-off episode. Who can say? I believe Audi called dibs on the guy with orc legs and a robot torso.
Like dibs or like dibs?
Yes.
I can't remember who killed the scientist eventually, or
It was
a group
effort. Opheria was the final blow.
I was like, don't point your
but
fingers
the
at me.
sword through the eye. I believe that was.
We had coolest kill.
Yes,
And Furia wins.
they did struggle a bit getting to Freilich until they found that he was actually lurking around behind his throne, controlling an illusion out in the room, which they had been attacking unsuccessfully. Once they injured him enough to make the illusion go away, Bo immobilized him, and they all just took turns stabbing him. Except for Opheria, who lit him up from the sky.
Yeah.
Death from above.
Death from above.
Like, oh yeah, I did do that.
Freylick defeated, they prepared to leave when they heard a rumbling from behind his chair. They went and found a switch for a secret passage and got into the room just in time to see a warforged flying off into the distance, and they surmised that he had transferred his consciousness into that. They don't have any evidence of it, but that is what they believe. And if I was a betting man, that's probably a good place to put your money.
We're stab first, talk later type people.
In the meantime, they took all of the victims, brought them back to the Plastered Dragon. After chatting with the goblins first, letting them know about their new neighbors, and trying to determine whether the goblins helped Freylick find his victims. They insisted that they didn't. I don't know whether the party believed them or not, but Topher remembered all the goblins' names and said goodbye to all of them, further endearing herself to the king and his kin. They returned to the Plastered Dragon and started to send out word to families and friends of these missing people so that someone could come get them and take them in. Bob also gave all of these people portions of his share of the loot, unbeknownst to the rest of the party. As they returned to the Plastered Dragon and settled in, Clementine sent off a note to the higher authorities that she alluded to having connections with. And that is where we left our heroes. What are you lot doing now? It's late in the evening.
Okay.
You've returned. We'll say that you've had dinner and maybe are having a drink or two and just kind of hanging out and reveling in your what you think is mostly a victory. You retrieved his missing piece. You shut down the evil scientist's lab and rescued a bunch of victims.
All right. I can't remember. Bo wasn't going to pay us for this, correct? Like he was just
It was you would
having
get
us.
you
We would get a
whatever you
share
found.
of
Yeah.
whatever we found. All right.
Was 1,000, boy. That's pretty fair.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So make sure you have that. Yeah. 1,000 of that. Where are the rest of the refugees, the injured people?
You've given them each a set of rooms. There's like 2 to a room.
Sure. All right. Yeah, I think I would. I think it's been a long night. I think I would just have like a drink or something in the main area. I would probably, if Etheria was there, I'd probably go like super decadent with her and like get like another like tray of desserts and like maybe deliver them to some of the refugees and things like that, and just make a night of it. I don't know how everyone else is feeling.
I've already spent a lot of my feelings already, so I'm having myself a drink at the bar.
Yeah.
I'll have myself a drink at the bar too.
Topher's gonna walk
What
up.
kind of
One
drink?
chocolate milk, please.
Okay.
So
Chocolate milk.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, why not? Because,
Topher is
Hold the milk.
she follows Olin to the bar just to like meet up with Etheria, and she'll take out the 10 gold and be like, "You're the only one who got an actual kill, so you win! Woohoo!"
Okay.
But wasn't it about for the person who had the best kill?
No, I got 10 gold.
Well, if you think
She
about it,
also had the best skill.
you gotta think about it this way: only one person died, and he died because she hit him. So she's the only kill, which makes her the best kill.
Tell you what, I'll give you 10% and I give him 1 copper.
That math checks out.
That's solid.
I'm surprised you could math that hard. Well done.
I'm pretty good at math, okay? Sort of.
I'm just gonna pat you on the head. Like, yes, of course, of course.
Make an intimidation check.
It was a pat on the head, sir. A pat on the head.
All I can say is I'm a fair judge, so
Oh gosh, so now I need to subtract 1 copper and add 10 gold.
10 gold.
Sweet.
Math.
Heck yeah.
You can add 1 copper. into your
and she's gonna kind of
So
like
the bartender tonight happens to be a dwarven man.
Good evening, sir.
So, a chocolate milk, you say?
Yes.
Coming right up, fine lass. And he goes into the back and he comes back out, and there is you see what's a bubbly mug of chocolate milk with what looks like a straw made out of chocolate stuck in it.
Ooh, good choice, sir. Good choice.
Careful.
I'm just here to serve.
Is it bubbly? It's a bubbly chocolate milk?
Yeah, like
Fizzy?
no, just like you know how when you blow bubbles in chocolate milk, it kind of.
Did you
froths
blow
up.
bubbles in my milk, sir?
Oh no, I would never do that. I let you do that for yourself.
Why are there bubbles in my milk then? I like to put my own bubbles in my
I
milk.
had to mix the chocolate in, didn't I? It doesn't come that way, and when you mix it, you get a few bubbles.
Not this many bubbles.
If you'd like, I can scrape them off for you.
No, I'll just make more.
Yeah,
That'll be fine.
just remember that chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows.
Topher looks at him and she goes, "What?"
That is not accurate, sir.
Yeah, that's not. I've never met a chocolate cow. I've met a
turn
brown
around
cow,
and
black
walk away.
cow, white
Sit next
cow.
to Bob.
I met a cow that had one brown eye and then the other one was white. It was kind of like me.
You look like you've been talking to a child.
I don't understand how you can do it. You are very. Thank you.
No, okay, you responded it.
She's quite insightful. She has a
It's
life
a
to
note.
her.
Insightful. That's the word you
I send a
need.
note back.
A
then.
fear?
I don't know how long
Yes.
it's going to take,
Okay.
but I send one back.
Sorry, well, one of the two of us backed down from her, taking a look inside their soul.
That was different.
Can I be inching closer and closer to them, blowing bubbles in my mouth?
Yes, I have a theory that Etheria is the most insightful person here. I have a theory that Etheria can look around this bar and point to someone, and I'm sure that there would be something interesting about them.
I'm gonna pull out a piece of gold and I'll be like, "Put your money where your mouth is, Bob."
Alright. 1 gold.
1 gold.
It says Etheria can choose someone at random.
Anyone at random.
Anyone at random, and there will be something interesting about their life.
All right. So then, Etheria,
Yes.
come here.
I was over here anyway. Not because you said so.
Okay.
The bartender leans over to you and says, "Would you be needing anything else for now?"
Yes, actually, if you don't mind sending up a plate of food and drink to the rooms that we rented extra today.
I'll have Lillian get on making them something.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. I'm gonna put this. Well, let's see. Close your eyes.
Why?
No. Just go with me on this one. Close your eyes. Trust.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna spin you around.
I'll make sure he doesn't do anything.
Then how would you do it then? Spin her around when her eyes are closed.
Afiria, close your eyes, dude. Alright, and I will turn her around. Alright, now open your eyes. We're gonna play a game.
I like games.
I know you do. Look around the bar at all the different people, someone you haven't met before,
Okay.
and pick someone out. Just
This is not random.
this is random.
This is her deciding. Close your eyes. Make her choose.
How would you choose if her eyes are closed, dude?
Point her in the directions of people and have her do one of these. Have her choose at random.
Okay. Afiria, close your eyes one more time.
Okay.
Point your fingers around the bar. And whenever you feel like it, stop. The person she's pointing closest to is going to have something interesting about them. Okay, perfect. Afiria, open your eyes. Hi.
I'm just gonna give you my gold.
I will take that gold and add it to my pouch.
Clever as you are. Clever as you are.
You do channel a female wolf, dear. That's fairly interesting.
I'll let her come out on her own, thanks. And do you quite the assortment of followers you have?
People do know my name, but that's simply from performing. You know, making the rounds, being a man of the people. It's an investment. A man of many people.
If you say.
What was that, Topher, dear?
I just turned into animals.
But that's a feat in of itself. How does it feel to be a different animal?
It's different. A bear, they're meaner, but they're kind and they're honest. A weasel can be sneaky, but it'll be sneaky for good. And spiders just have a task, and they get that task done. it's different for everybody.
Are you more comfortable being yourself or being an animal?
Well, I am all of those things. So I guess I'm comfortable as all of them.
Really? You're comfortable in your own skin no matter what it looks like?
Well, I mean, this dress is a little tight sometimes, but
Sure.
yeah.
Well, you will have to teach me that trick. That sounds very fun.
It's kind of just like realizing that you only get one chance to do it. And if you only get one chance to do it, you should do it well.
Doing things one chance and do it well.
I'd rather have multiple chances and make sure one of them is perfect.
Interesting.
But okay, I'm really happy for you. I have a question.
Sure.
So you can be or call on multiple people at the times. And one time we met a gnome, a small gnome man.
Felrin, yes, I remember him.
Where did you meet him?
Felrin, it's always a little different. Some of them I have met before, or I feel like I have. It's hard to tell the difference. It's like waking up from a dream and you accepting parts of that dream as a reality and not knowing where reality started and where the dream ended. So I can tell you that Felrin was very clever and smart, but some of the things surrounding meeting him get a little hazy.
You think he'd ever let me talk to him?
Felrin?
Yeah.
Yes, he's a little temperamental and likes to be doing something with his hands. So if there was a challenge for him, a puzzle box, something to figure out, he would be more likely to come out. Okay. This has been lovely and get to know all of you, and I am utterly exhausted though. I think I'm going to retire to bed for
I
the
agree.
evening. But the barkeep, the next round of drinks for all of these fine people, with the exception of Chocolate Milk Girl, are on me. So, yes.
Why, you're not buying her chocolate milk?
Oh, no, I'm buying her a chocolate milk. I actually have just come into a gold piece. I don't know how, but I'm going to hand that to you and keep the chocolate milk flowing and the food and desserts, and I'm going to retire.
I'm dropping pieces of candy into my chocolate milk to see if they'll dissolve.
What's the name of the bartender?
You haven't asked him yet.
Keith, what is your name?
Oh, you can call me Huxley.
Hotsley.
Aye.
Hotsley, do you have any sorts of treats or sweets there in the back?
Oh, aye, Lillian is an excellent baker.
Do you have any tarts that are available at the moment?
I think we might have a few in the fridge.
I'll take a couple off your hands for you.
Right. Lillian, bring me some tarts if you please.
Huxley or Huxley?
Huxley with an X.
Okay, Huxley and Lillian is
Lillian.
the baker.
And a couple minutes later, Lillian comes bustling out. She's a very girl next door kind of elven woman, half elven woman. I mean, and she's got her smock on, her apron, and just plain work clothes. Pleasing face, a nice smile, but just very girl next door.
I could probably stay for one more drink. Probably 1, 2. I should say it's early.
What brought
Different
this on?
time,
And she
time
says,
zones.
"Make up your mind, Huxley. Am I baking a tray for the people upstairs, or am I getting tart? Well, the tarts will only take you a second. Then you go get them." He wandered back, grumbling to himself. "Please excuse me, but I do have to get back to preparing the tray for some guests upstairs."
Yes, thank you so much. I actually ordered that. So.
Oh, did you? That was
Yes.
very kind of you.
Well, yeah, they've been through hell, so I figured the least we could do for these poor souls is to give them a taste of the finer things.
That is very generous of you. You don't see that so often.
No, you don't.
Especially in big cities. What is your name?
Bob the Bard, and I will extend a hand.
I'm rolling my eyes and collecting my things. to
Oh,
go
it is a pleasure to
out.
meet you.
But
Yeah.
he's more than just a bard, Lillian, I assure you. He's quite the man about town.
Oh, please.
Quite a sweet topic.
No, I mean, I have a silver tongue, and
And he knows how to use it.
that's please. You flatter me.
What is your name, and why are you being so crass?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you being so crass?
Calling me out then.
No, she
And
was.
you're the one flirting with him.
Well, yes, but you're the
She
one.
blushes when you
Okay,
when you acknowledge
I'm still
the
near
flirting.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, Bob. Why are your cheeks turning red?
Oh, here, I can fix that. And they'll
That
go
was so cool.
bright purple. Is that better?
Yeah.
Here, let me go blue. And I'll tap
And
on
when you look back, she's gone back into the kitchen.
I'm making my cheeks like mimic.
Trying to mimic.
Yeah, purple and then blue.
Purple.
Well, looks like you lost your chance. But I noticed the red didn't stay long enough. Can I help you?
You are like a wingman,
Here,
but
I'll
the
help
bird
you.
is dead.
That's a
I'll help you, and I
man.
turn his cheeks purple, and then I turn his cheeks blue.
Oh, that's good.
You know what? I would love to turn your cheeks red. Come here. I'm just gonna slap him just across the face. Boom.
Are you gonna slap me?
Yeah, just gonna slap all across the face.
Roll an attack.
Oh.
That's 9. Or 6. I'm sorry. That's 6.
So you try to slap her?
Slap.
Slap him. Well, you miss.
Dang. It was playful fun.
Yes, it was. It's the only thing you're not quick on the draw with.
Oh, get me drunk. Ha.
Huxley comes back out with a plate with a couple of tarts on it. There you are, some dwarf lime tarts for you.
So I'll just take the tarts, and I don't believe the candy's working well enough for you, Furia. And you did have the first and only kill.
Here, to Opheria.
Furia.
Aw, thanks. You know what? Let's split it in half. You want half?
No thanks.
I want to share it with you.
Bob, would you like the other half?
It won't
But
be.
I want to share this with you.
She made the
She
kill. You're disrespecting a warrior. Oh.
It's only polite for the person who get the kill to bite first.
Put it right in your mouth.
But she
There,
got the
here
kill.
comes the dragon flying through the sky into the cave.
Tastes like bad fish.
Oh,
How good is she? Oh, God. You're gonna love it.
It's perfect. It tastes like the most delicious fresh baked tart.
I've ever tasted.
I will send a message to
You're,
Opheria.
you're detecting notes of lime and cream and powdered sugar.
Tastes just like the way Mother made it.
I will send a message to Opheria. I'm so damn proud.
So much.
A few minutes later, Lillian comes back out and she's got several trays of steaming food for the 6 people upstairs. There's meat, potatoes, some hearty bread, and some root vegetables as well. Bo, are you working tonight?
Yes.
Can you take these trays up to the rooms?
Yeah, sure.
Bo comes lumbering over and he takes out this much larger tray and puts all 6 trays on it. And he carries them and then realizes it's too wide and he turns sideways and goes up the stairs sideways with this big tray of food.
Weird sounds in this stuff.
Now, can I get anything to eat for the rest of you? Enjoying your tarts?
They're delicious.
Delightful.
Sleepy.
I think
time.
Topher's tired.
I think so as well.
My night, unfortunately, isn't done yet. I will see you all in the morning. Have a
Oh.
good sleep.
Where are you headed off to?
My friends in high places.
Your friends in high places?
I just get up and
A party?
not a party, unfortunately. Maybe I wasn't told.
Wait! Before we go, I have something. Hold on.
I stopped.
She'll walk up and she pulls out the vial that she used to put the snow water. And well, you're my friend, and I made you something. And hold on. Blech. So she pulls out this vial, and it is a compound mixture of the oil she purchased from Magnoff, the clementines, the snow water, a little bit of pine, a little bit of sea salt she managed to scrounge up, when they were by the sea. It's a perfume, and it's supposed to smell like what I think you would smell like if you were a perfume. It's got clementines in it, and it's got, I mean, they're kind of oranges, but we'll look past that. And sea salt, and pine, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be sweet, like you. Even though you killed somebody. But we're not going to talk about that. Also, happy birthday.
That's right. If you guys didn't notice, Audi is wearing a birthday button because we're celebrating her birthday on the stream here. We have to sing to her after intermission.
I remember you told me when I was sitting on your lap when we met.
Yes.
I
was very good.
Because it's my birthday coming up.
Oh, it's nice to meet
Sit
you.
on my lap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. How
You
did
guys like
know?
over and walk up like, when's your birthday?
When were you born?
Do you have a birth month?
Thank you, Hofer. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to put the perfume in my bag. I will wear it every day.
Okay.
Have a good
Good
day.
night.
And when Bo was sent upstairs, he was told to tell them it was compliments of Bob the Bard.
Wait.
I will see you all in the morning.
Okay, so
And I will head to.
Clementine leaves the bar. What is everybody else doing?
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to sit at the bar and drink.
I'm going to spy on Clementine and follow her through the city.
Okay. Ophelia?
Do I see him walk out?
Yes, you do.
Then I'm gonna follow him.
How inebriated am I at this point?
All right, the two of you give me stealth checks.
I will go ahead and change my appearance to that of just a commoner walking around.
I'll change my appearance. Oh wait, let me make sure I still can because I haven't had a long rest yet. Hang on.
Nat 20. Plus 5.
I don't see anything.
Who's this Jag?
Mary.
I could. That was not good. 9.
So do I
What are you
notice?
rolling for?
Can I notice?
Stealth.
Oh, your stealth. Oh, right. But you did you do an alter self?
No, I was gonna try to be super stealthy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to use up that spell slot. I probably
So,
should've.
you're following along completely silently, and behind you, you hear giggling. And you hear giggling too, and you turn back, and you see Etheria sneaking behind some stranger.
Here you are.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to find out where you were going.
It's not safe out here in the dark by yourself.
I've spent most of my life out here in the dark by myself.
Have you?
So yeah.
You want to come with me? Come on. Let's be nice.
Okay.
As nice as possible.
I can be super nice. I can be even extra charming when I need to be.
I'll drop the disguise. Can I come too? Since you're handing out advice, I'll be super nice and chill.
Look at these eyes. These puppies.
How did I know? I don't know if they'll let you in.
But they'll let her in.
Maybe.
Well, if you're going to try for one, you might as well try for two.
The logic is sound.
I think it sounds.
If they only let you bring one in, you may bring Etheria.
Fine, let's go.
And you wander through Fairhaven. You're in tavern and shopping district. There's inns. You move through a residential district where a lot more common homes, and you start moving to the fancier parts of town. You skirt near some of the magical academies, and in the distance you can see some floating towers, and with weird lights coming from them.
Have we ever seen floating towers?
No, this is new.
Oh.
They're pretty cool, aren't
Going up there?
they? No. Oh, maybe one day though.
How do they do that?
Let me go
have
see.
a -1 intelligence.
And I fly up.
No, no,
Etheria.
please come,
Etheria.
come
I just
down.
want to see how
Do
they
you
work.
remember
Yes,
when I
I-
said to be very good and very nice?
How far do you get before you turn around?
Halfway.
Okay, give me perception, because you might be able to see something from there.
Oh my gosh, I actually rolled well on perception. 18.
18. So off in the distance at the towers, you can see that they're floating in a bit of a cluster, and that there are, partway up, there's like little hanging wooden bridges between them. And the the main tower is the only one that has an entrance at its lower level. You see a lot of windows going up, and it looks like the towers are resting on nothing. They're just bobbing in the air a little bit.
Guys, it's really a bit of a cluster float up there.
Are they just meeting in the air?
There's like bridges and there's like way in, but I can't figure out how they float.
It's lovely. We'll have to visit one.
And she comes back down.
That's it. That's all you get. That slow clap.
We keep walking.
All right.
Supposed to walk in.
You head further into the nice part of town, and you start to see these palatial manors. And you stop at the gates to one of these. And on the outside, in the center of the gate, it's, wrought iron gate in the road, and bisected by the middle of the gate is an emblem.
Do we recognize the emblem?
We do recognize the emblem. It is the House Orion crest.
This is the counter, the one that we've been working for?
Yes.
Okay. Ha!
Lyrandar is the other one.
Lyrandar is the other one. Okay.
Yes, someone behind me is working on pulling the... and
She's at the bottom. Yeah.
Yes.
There's clips.
Zuki. Yeah, where's clips, right?
There are clips.
Oh, is it because of the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like clip for a video. Do a quick video clip.
No. There are actual like.
I felt like
clips.
this was like a different way to like tell what house you're in. Gryffindor! And you just drop it, and that's your background, and it just follows you magically for the rest of your life.
Why is that?
Are there guards at the door?
But
Like, how do I
they're
get in?
Gryffindor colors.
Have I been here before? Yes or no? I knew
Yeah, you've been here
walk
before. Absolutely. You knew your way. Of course you've been here before.
Yeah, so I know how to get in. Yes?
Yes.
How do I get in?
Well, I mean, you walk up to the gate.
Okay.
The gatekeeper sees you there. Says, would you like me to announce you?
No need to announce. She knows she's expecting me.
Is she expecting you alone or with friends?
She was expecting me alone, but unfortunately I have some tag-alongs. But they promised to be on their best behavior.
Well then, I suppose it's up to you. I will leave it to your discretion as to whether you wish to bring them or not.
Best behavior?
I found a cat. It was outside the grounds. Should I put it down? I'll put it down.
Just don't eat it.
Better come with me.
All right, it's your decision.
Very
And
nice.
he opens the gate and waves you through.
I walk on
You
through.
walk up this cobblestone path, and every so often you see a stone that looks fancier than the others. It looks like possibly a precious stone.
Like on the path
As
in the
part
walkway.
of, yeah, in the walkway.
Is it embedded?
Mhm.
Oh, I can't take it out. Never mind.
Not easily.
We have the same thought at the same. We
I'm
both
gonna
look at
kick
this.
each of them as we walk down the path, and if any of them are loose,
You know, I can't even knock you because I would do the exact same thing.
You've probably tried in your
I
past life.
have done the exact same thing.
so I'm taking a path kind of like this
Yes.
to kick each of the shiny, pretty
Give
stones.
me perception.
12.
Enough. There's a bit of light radiating from each of the stones.
I really want one now.
This.
I'm walking to the door.
Yeah, we're following this. Would I know if these are part of a spell?
You can make an Arcana check.
13.
Nope, you wouldn't know at all.
Yeah.
Go to the door and I'm gonna knock
Okay.
on it.
The door opens, and
Darling, I'm home!
well, I mean, the butler is the person to greet you, but
I'm aware. I'm just being a smartass.
Wakefield, the butler.
Wakefield, how are you?
Very well, madam. It is good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Can you let the missus know I'm here and that I have 2 friends who have followed me?
Yes, of course. She's waiting for you in the study.
Perfect, I know my way. I'll just head there.
And you guys...
She's suckling.
Is she nursing on his finger?
Yeah, on his finger.
Damn it,
You
Bob.
are a strange cat.
I've never heard again of that.
In her defense,
Super
they
loud.
found her when she was
Really,
less
can you,
than
like,
4 weeks
slide in
old.
just a
This is
little
all
bit?
she knows.
You're getting cut off just a little.
If we're really quiet, we can hear it.
Yes, we can. I can.
She purrs.
I'm gonna head to the study and I'm gonna knock on it and tell her that before I walk in, I have 2 others with me.
Hi, we're one of the 2 others. She's the other of the 2 others.
I'm the other of the 2 others.
Together, we're others.
And then I'll walk in.
And there's an armchair with its back toward the door, and there's someone sitting in it. And you just see an elegant arm hanging over the side, holding a glass of brandy and sipping.
Walk around the chair. Take her other hand, bow deeply, kiss it.
Okay.
How are you this evening, my dear?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Wonderful. I have.
It was very nice of you to bring Bob and Etheria.
Oh, yes.
And as you walk around, you see Rosalina.
Hi.
Hi?
Are you one of the 3 others? Are there 3 others?
No, she lives here.
You are in my home.
Oh, it's a lovely home.
Can I offer you something to drink?
Yes, you may, and I will take that offer. Something old.
Clementine, dear.
Yes, darling.
Something old, you say?
Yes.
I have 100-year brandy.
Yes.
All right. I'll pour yourself and Bob 100-year brandy.
Let me go and do that.
And what can I get for you, Etheria?
I'd like chocolate milk, please.
I will have to send to the kitchen for it, as we do not
Didn't
keep
we
it on the
ask
sideboard.
about hot chocolate earlier?
Ooh, I like that too. What do you have here?
Hot chocolate can be arranged.
I'd drink that.
And she reaches up, there's a pull cord, and she pulls it. And like a minute later, Wakefield comes in. Yes, madam. The young lady would care for some hot chocolate with whipped cream and chocolate shavings. Very good, madam. I will be right back.
He
Now,
leaves
please.
and I pull the cord.
Please, Etheria, don't. He comes back. Yes, madam. No, sorry.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see if that worked.
Please excuse the child. She's very precocious.
I hope that's a compliment.
Indeed, it is.
I hand you your drink.
It means you are smart and not going beyond your years.
Ooh! He said I'm smart.
And I sit very relaxed in the couch across the chair like I've been here a million times.
So, how do you 2 know each other?
Oh, Rosalina does jobs for me from time to time.
Clementine.
I'm sorry, Clementine does jobs for me from time to time.
Oh.
I first met her when she came to the city. She was a bit lost and alone, and I arranged a sort of foster family for her, though I wouldn't say she's on the outs with them so much as with their organization. And she has since become an independent privateer.
Ah. Yes, very independent. We've yes, well, lovely. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home and sharing this lovely brandy, and Furia certainly looks happy. So, yes.
And it takes about 10 minutes before Wakefield comes back with the hot chocolate, but it's in a fancy mug, and he presents it to her on a silver tray. And
I'm gonna take the mug and put it down,
Okay.
and then take the tray.
okay, he sits there, he looks at his hands, and he looks at Rosalina, and she just laughs and shrugs, and he turns around and walks out. You can see yourself in it, can't you, dear?
It's beautiful.
Me too.
Thank you.
Same. I did the same thing when I got here, don't worry.
Well, I appreciate you bringing them. You've saved me a trip. I was planning on visiting you tomorrow.
Oh, for what reason?
Well, I wanted to see how you were settling in and if you were looking for any jobs.
Always looking for more jobs and more chances to spread our good name. Do you have something in mind for us?
I do, as a matter of fact, if you are interested.
Yes, well, we'd have to speak with the other members of our party and make
well.
sure, but pretty sure I can convince Olin that the sky is purple. Topher, may, depending on the job.
It is a simple reconnaissance mission. Obviously, I can't go because of my position. I would be a bit too recognizable, but there's something going on at a House Lyrandar warehouse down by the docks. And I would very much like to know what it is.
Of course. How much would information like this, and I hate to mix business with pleasure, although sometimes needs must when the devil drives, but how much would a job like this cost or be worth to you?
I think I could see my way clear to, say, 750 gold for your group.
That's very good, but I'm a big fan of even numbers. I think maybe eight would be good.
Well, there are 5 of you.
There are 5 of us, and we could always split it up into a little bit of a party fund, you know?
Very well. 200 for taking the job, 600 for coming back with useful information.
Lovely. I will clear with the group before I say yes, but I shall have an answer for you in the morning.
Shall I come down to the tavern for breakfast then?
That would be lovely. Yes, breakfast.
All right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do need to speak with Clementine on a private matter.
Of course, we can...
You stay, sit, relax, enjoy your beverages. Rosalina, come. I keep calling you Rosalina. Clementine, it's because of the pink. The pink makes me think roses. Clementine, come with me.
Absolutely. And I'll stand. And as I leave, I turn on like best behavior.
And
do you close the door behind you?
Yes, and as I do, I look at the silver and I look at you and I close the door.
Correct.
So what are you guys going to do in the study?
Casing the joint. Anything valuable?
I'm not going to steal anything yet, but I'm going to look all through it. I'm going to look everywhere.
Both of you give me investigations then.
Oh, crud. 5.
5.
16.
16. So you keep looking around, but it's like boring stuff. I mean,
books.
It's like books and
back to your hot chocolate.
Like quills and ink.
Can I go sit on top of the bookshelves?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to take my book, my hot chocolate, and sit on.
And your
top
silver
of
tray?
the bookshelves. No, because that's going to be really hard to fly up with hot chocolate and a silver tray.
Okay. But you keep going back to the silver tray because it's more interesting than anything else in the room to you right now.
It is. It's shiny.
And so you're just kind of sitting up there, dangling your feet, drinking your hot chocolate. And Bob, you see there are some bookcases and some notes on the desk. And one of the notes says, Lyrandar project is going well. My new charges seem to be well up to the task.
Interesting. All right, thank you.
And she brings you down the hall to another room and kisses you on both cheeks and says, "Now, I'm not upset that you brought people, but it did make it harder for us to talk.
Unfortunately, they followed me, and the little one's not so good at hiding, but the taller one is.
And you figured they would have found their way in anyway.
Yes.
Better for them to be brought than discovered. You're right. Now, what can you report on the group to me?"
They seem like a bomb about to explode, honestly.
Why do you say that?
The small one is much too caring. The ranger is very not caring.
Yes, I noticed that about him.
They seem to be warming up to each other, however,
Perhaps she will prove to be a good influence on him.
Have I ever been a good influence?
Well, look where he's starting.
It's true.
What about the child? She intrigues me.
She has a lot of potential.
I'm going to see if I can find out more about where she comes from.
Good start.
If you
Don't
have
all
any,
wish we could find out where we came from.
you wish to know where you came from, I will look at that too.
It doesn't really matter to me. I know where I am now.
You know where you are and where you're going.
Exactly.
But if you can think of anything, or if you find out anything about the child, and the bard, he seems very gregarious.
Yes.
Anything off about him, or is he just what he appears to be?
He's smarter than he appears to be.
Good, good. That will serve them well. Do you think that they are up to the task that I have set them?
Well, definitely better than last.
Yes, that was a bit of a mistake. Fortunately, it wasn't traced back to us, but if we are to topple Lyrandar, we need to choose better.
Reason I came here. There was and when we go back into the room, Bob can show you. There was a man hiding behind a goblin cage. Goblin hut, whatever they're called.
A warren, dear.
Yes, thank you. I don't do with goblins much. The man behind there was dealing with making creatures of, what are the robots called?
Warforged.
Warforged. They're mixing Warforged and different creatures make better ones, as he was saying. Bob can show you his face, so maybe he recognized, maybe he was exiled from somewhere, maybe you'll know him.
I would greatly appreciate that.
I would appreciate if we leave the goblins there alone. They were actually rather understanding. But if we need in, I would rather you let me know and I'll figure a way in.
Are the goblins dangerous, or...?
They're hunting small prey in the woods.
So, a potential ally,
Potential.
if they are cultivated properly.
Only they had a queen.
If only they had a queen that we knew.
Excellent work, as always. And she fishes out a purse of 50 gold and hands it to you. Keep me posted.
Oh, absolutely.
We will touch base again soon, I'm sure. And now, let us go back to the others. I don't want to be away too long, lest they
If you
become
finally
suspicious.
steal anything, I will reimburse you. I apologize.
If you're going to have adventurers in your home, one must expect certain casualties.
Walk back to the room.
And they come back in the room. Are you sitting back on the couch, and are you still on the bookcase?
Yes. I would be sprawled,
Okay.
laying on the couch.
You've made yourself comfortable. Perfect.
Yes, well, I was kind of hoping for a party or something. It's been very boring waiting for you to finish
I'm
your
sure when
meeting.
Rosalina has her next event, she'll invite us, won't you?
Isn't that true? Is that true, Rosalina? Do we get invited to the
There's
next
a party?
I think I could see my way clear to inviting you to a party, certainly.
Lovely.
I try to have at least one a month. All of the movers and the shakers of the city are there.
We won't find any bigger movers or shakers than people sitting right in front of you.
What sort of jobs are available here in the city? Not jobs like the ones we're taking, but sort of mundane, everyday.
Mundane jobs, there are a great many. What are you interested in?
We found some people that will probably need bits of a hand sort of getting back on their feet, or in some cases not on their feet. For one particularly sad case, for an orc or a half orc, but just someone to help them in the city sort of find their way.
Perhaps you could bring them around and I'll see what I can do for them.
Lovely. Or at least they can join us maybe for breakfast tomorrow.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Then I will see you at the Plastered Dragon for breakfast. Are you quite comfortable up there, Etheria?
I'm very comfortable, thank you.
She smiles at you. No trace of malice in the smile. It's a genuine smile. She seems pleased that you are making yourselves at home.
Oh, I am very tired. It's been a very big day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Very good, very good. And she reaches into a drawer and pulls out a pouch of 200 gold and says, "Would you like to take the retainer on a show of good faith, or do you wish to wait until you've discussed it with Olin and Topher?"
I'd like to wait until I've discussed with them.
And she goes and puts it back in the drawer and taps it twice.
Ooh. Okay. She taps it with a wand?
No, with her fingers. She just takes 2 fingers and goes tap, tap.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
I'll be taking my glass to go. I'll bring it back.
That is fine, that is fine. Don't waste the brandy. It's very precious.
Oh, I won't at all.
So, you've done jobs for her in the past?
Are we gone now or leaving?
Now, are you taking your brandy to sip along the way? as
Oh,
well?
absolutely.
And
I would probably
you're
pick up
taking
a...
your fancy hot chocolate too. Or did you like chug it?
She'd get a refill on the hot chocolate.
Okay. While that's going on, you're just drinking at the bar. Did you head up to bed or?
How long have they been gone?
Oh, at least an hour.
That's
Okay, so
probably-
he's been drunk for 30 minutes.
Honestly, I've been drunk for a while. That's probably guaranteed.
So I would have been basically watching him and taking care
Okay.
of him, as tired as I am.
Constitution save to see whether you have a hangover.
You got a...
That's gonna be a 9.
No, you're gonna have a nice hangover in the
Nice.
morning.
It's gonna be more, but
You're feeling good now.
so. And are you?
You have not drunk to the point where you're vomiting or anything
Sweet.
like that. You're just
Have you gone up to bed yet? Or you're
No, I've been watching you
Okay.
because I see her drinking. I've seen you drunk before.
yeah. She's
Sweet.
sitting with you, basically pretending to drink, so she doesn't get
Sweet.
drunk. She keeps like,
Hey, maybe you should go to bed soon so you don't get sick.
Hexley? Is that the guy's name?
it's Huxley.
Huxley. Huxley. 2 more. 1 more of the strong stuff. 2 more of the not so strong stuff, and 3 more of the dark stuff.
As much as I'd like to sell you more, sir, we have a small test that we like to do.
Alright, bring it on.
He goes, and he waves his hand, and you see everybody clear out from anywhere near the dartboard at all. Like,
The dartboard?
Mhm.
Nice.
and he pulls a dart from under the counter and hands it to you. You don't have to get a bullseye, but you do have to be somewhere closer to the center ring.
So as close as I can get to the center. Before.
As close as you can get to the center. Attack roll at disadvantage.
You ain't good.
That's a 2. That would have been great.
You would have been great.
Yeah. 2 plus what?
Oh,
I mean, it's not going to do it, but it'll still be.
Straight.
It
If
won't
it's
be
a
disadvantage.
ranged attack, technically, you could do like a +6 on there.
Yeah, it's ranged.
Yeah.
okay.
He has dark proficiency.
Then that's 8.
An 8. So you don't hit anybody, which is good because there's nobody anywhere near the dartboard. But it sticks solidly into the hardwood, like a good foot to the left of the target.
Now, as I said, I want 1 of the strong stuff, 2
now-
of the
now-
not so strong.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you one more drink.
Then I'll have 1 of all of it put together.
No, I have a special drink for you.
If it's water,
It is not water. Trust me.
then
It
you're
probably
on.
should be water.
You're a dope. You're on.
No, it's a drink we call Breath of the Dragon.
Oh, well,
She's in shock now.
well then, I'm just, if there's anything in front of me at the bar, I'm just start clearing my moves.
Okay.
Moves out. Drinker coming through.
He starts pulling bottles from behind the bar and pouring them, and he pours something else, and then he goes and grabs a candle and tips the candle just on the top, and flames start shooting up out of the top of the drink, and then he sets it down in front of you, and
I'm a professional. Watch everyone watch
if
it.
you wait a second, the flames will die down.
Oh god, the face is burning. the face.
Alright, make a saving throw for me. Let's say Constitution.
Oh, no.
Constitution, 6.
A 6. Instead of waiting for the flames to go down,
And I've done this before in real life.
Yep.
I have
you
done
get a
before.
face full of fire, and you take 10 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And now we're going to
No,
bed.
and you chug this thing down,
Yeah.
And it tastes delicious. You're not even sure there's any alcohol in this. You think that he
All
he
of a
tricked you. I want my money.
Boom! Knocked out.
There.
Can I make?
Why was that like every time? That was like the first time I ever had a flaming. Oh,
A flaming mo.
Yeah, flaming mo, yeah.
So he falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Can we establish that he fell like right in front of Topher?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Bo! I need your help!
Does not compute.
And Bo comes over and who slings Olin over his shoulders.
So, I wouldn't know where his room is. So I'm like, I guess just take him to mine. Because I don't know where it is.
Alright. And do you put him in your bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she'll like push him over just a little bit.
Seriously, Suki? This is the clip we were just talking about. She managed to yank it off of it and pull the sheets down. I'm sure she's very
Sorry,
proud of
my
herself.
guy.
So, you put him to bed and then you just climb in?
Yeah,
with him?
like I'll actually like tuck him under the covers, like make an effort, and, like tuck him under the covers. I make sure his pillow's like actually under his head, like I pick up his head, like.
Yeah. Do you put like a nightshirt on and just climb in with him, or do you sleep on the covers?
I would.
Because you wouldn't sleep in your armor.
No, I would put a nightshirt on, but
you try
I would
to get
like,
him out of his armor.
No.
Okay.
And then I don't cuddle next to him, but I am cuddled up just like on my own pillow.
In the side armpit region.
That's not how I go to bed, but if she wakes up, I can't be responsible for what Sleeping Topher does.
What does Sleeping Topher do? It's up
Just
to
Sleeping Topher nuzzles up against him.
Yes, okay.
And Beast is like sitting on like this right here, this part.
Okay.
Her place, her torso.
Beast isn't curled up like on his forehead or anything?
His?
Yeah.
No, Beast
Okay.
wouldn't do that.
Okay.
He's a gentleman.
So you guys come back, and Topher and Olin are nowhere to be found. You assume that they've gone up to bed.
As we're walking back.
Oh, that's right, you were going to have a conversation on the way back. Go ahead,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's fine. As we're walking back, as when we like out of like the fancy district, I chug the rest of my drink. I smash the glass on the floor. Don't trust that bitch as far as you can throw her.
Your relationship is complicated.
As far as she's aware, our relationship is great.
But it's not.
Nice laugh. She's paying me to spy on you.
She's paying you to spy on us.
Yes.
Why?
Or some secret mission thing. The mission she's telling you now. I think you guys are great for it. And she'll pay you if you get it done. This is dangerous.
How dangerous? Dangerous like we should have asked for more gold? Dangerous? Or dangerous we're probably going to die? Dangerous.
Dangerous? Yes.
I will do a perception check to see if anybody's following us or close behind.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. 16.
Nobody following you.
Okay. Alright. Well then, it's good to keep in mind that you're letting her know all about us, I suppose?
Not ever. I'm not going to tell everything to her.
What does she seem most interested in? Interesting. Alright then. Perfect. I appreciate the candor and forthright. Okay. How much is she paying you to spy on us?
She hasn't paid me yet.
Good to know.
She's got a bow that she's batting around.
That being said, I think, I don't know, maybe feed her some false information on us, if it comes to that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Just next time I go to her home, we leave Etheria at wherever someone is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I will
And you
bring
didn't take
back
the
hot
silver
chocolate.
tray, right, Etheria? You left the
Did
tray?
you take the silver
Yes,
tray?
I love the tray.
I looked specifically at the tray.
We're leaving the house. And Freddie is like, he said I could have this. He did not. I'm pretty sure he did. All right.
Alright, so are you guys doing anything in the tavern, or are you just heading up to bed at this point?
I'm heading up to bed.
Okay?
I'm also going to bed.
Etheria?
I'm going to bed.
Okay. Everybody gets a long rest.
Thank goodness, because I really needed that.
A quiet and uneventful
Yay,
rest.
8 of 31. Sleeping. Oh.
Yeah, you almost got knocked out
Yeah,
by that
same
fire
here.
drain.
I'll tell you all off camera the first time I had one. It was great, and in waves.
Does Olin have facial hair?
Yes.
Did Olin have facial hair?
No.
It's now a bit burnt and patchy. It's going to take...
So it looks exactly like mine. Weird.
No, it doesn't look as good as yours.
It's so weird.
There's more bare spots, and they're not really even, which you'll notice
He
when
has
you wake
wolf
up.
spots, not bear spots.
Aww. Only my insides are wolf.
Wow.
Alright, so you wake up the next morning, I would imagine most of you at a reasonable hour.
Yes.
Yes.
Etheria super early because that's what
Yeah.
8-year-olds do.
Nah, I sleep in.
And so you're probably already downstairs looking for something to do.
Am I still intoxicated when I wake up?
You are not. You actually wake up early because of a splitting headache.
That
I'm
makes
tying
sense.
my bed sheets together to create a rope out of the window just because I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check for climbing down at advantage because you have a rope.
And wings.
And, well, and wings.
But I rolled a 2.
Advantage.
Oh,
Roll a 3.
I rolled a 4.
So you throw the rope out the window and you start climbing
And my
down.
athletics is -1.
Oh Jesus! So that's a 3. So you start climbing. You grab the rope, the sheet rope, and start climbing out the window. And you don't get very far down before you realize I don't know a lot about tying knots. And it unravels, and you start to fall, and your wings kick in, and you just kind of glide to the ground, holding part of a sheet.
Okay, so I'm going to tie the sheet all around me, kind of like a toga, and I'm going to walk in downstairs.
Okay. The tavern seems pretty empty for the most part. It's still kind of early. But you do see someone sitting in the corner. And she's very interesting to you because she's... I don't know if you've encountered anybody of this race before, but it looks like kind of half cat, half person.
Ooh.
She looks very interesting.
Yes, I'm going to go up and say hello in my
Okay.
most charming way possible.
And she has green and gold robes on, and a pendant around her neck. And she's got a little bag sitting on the floor by her.
Hi.
Greetings, little one, and what is your name?
Oh, my name's Etheria. What's yours?
Oh, well, I'm Felsa.
Felsa?
Yes, Felsa.
Felsa. That's a nice name.
Thank you.
I've never
Yours
seen
is
someone
very
like you
nice as
before. You're really pretty.
Well, thank you. You are as well. I've never seen anyone like you before.
Thanks. A lot of people don't like how I look.
Well, that's their problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
I find you charming and adorable.
Well, thank you. I found you beautiful and exotic.
Well, thank you. What brings you down here so early? Are your parents not around?
Because I'm awake? That's a kind of a personal question. No, they're not.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be personal. I'm just not used to seeing small children wandering around by themselves.
I am not a small child.
Are you not?
Nope. I can take care of myself.
I didn't say you couldn't take care of yourself. I know many small children who can take care of themselves and live on the streets and do very well. But you do look like a small child.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's fair.
as your super extra adorableness shines through. Can we be downstairs? At this
No, she wakes up. She wakes
Oh,
up way
gotcha,
early.
gotcha.
It'll be a little while for you. She's going to get some unfettered time with Felsa.
What's your that thing, the necklace? That's pretty.
Oh, my pendant. Well, that pendant is a symbol of my station.
Your station? What's your station?
Well, I am a wizard of the Ice Realm.
Is that near here?
Sort of. It is near and far. It's never far from me, but it is hard to get to.
That's confusing.
Sorry, I have to do it. Thalsa? Do you want to let us know?
Wizards of the Ice Realm.
Okay, bye.
And you said she had a special bag on the ground?
She did.
The satchel thing? What's in there?
All manner of things. What is it that you're looking for?
Interesting things.
Oh, well. Let's see what I can find. But, and I don't mean to be rude, but...
It's okay. I'm rude all the time. I mean, I don't mean to be, but somehow it ends up happening.
I guess my question is, if you were interested in anything from the bag, do you have coin to purchase it?
I have some money.
Ah, excellent. Then I think perhaps we could do business with
Do you sell stuff?
I do.
Whoa. So what do you have?
I have all manner of items and baubles, and I keep them in here. And she reaches in and she pulls out a ring. Says, rings, and she puts it back in, and she reaches in and she pulls out a little figurine. I have statues.
What does that do?
Like this turns into a dog. And then it turns back into a statue.
Like
when
a
it's
real
done.
dog?
A real dog.
What
yes.
kind of dog? Can you show me?
Certainly.
Oh no.
And she goes and she places it on the ground and she rubs on it in a certain spot and whispers something to the dog. And it goes from a statue of a dog sitting on its hind legs and becomes a real dog.
Okay. So here's the question. Do you have something that turns into a cat? Or a bird?
Let me see if I can find one.
The best statue.
Look at my arrows.
So you're not interested in the dog then?
Well, that's my backup plan.
All right. And she taps on the dog and whispers a word to it, and it turns back into a statue. And she,
Or you know, a squirrel. Really anything. What other animals you got?
all right, I will look in the bag and see what I have in my current collection.
A tiger, please.
A tiger? That would be good too.
You said you wanted a bird.
You have a parrot, so I can sleep my
I have a bird.
What kind of bird?
Pretty bird.
It's very unusual
I like unusual.
because it is a raven, but it is silver.
Ooh, a silver raven?
Yes, a silver raven.
New band name, call it.
Oh, dear.
Okay, anything else?
I also have. And she pulls out a marble statue of an elephant. I'm not sure whether or not this would be suited to you.
Can you make an elephant out of that?
I can, but I shouldn't in here.
I'm ready.
Can we go outside?
You know what? Why not? And she slings the bag over her shoulder and she goes outside.
Y'all, I'm about to have an elephant.
Oh, but
And she rubs on the elephant behind its ear and she whispers to the elephant, and it grows really large and it becomes an elephant.
How much?
This is a rare item.
Does this elephant have a name?
You can name it whatever you like.
And it will like walk around and I can like ride on it and stuff?
Of course, it will obey you.
How much is it?
Well, this elephant is 2,000 gold pieces.
Aww. Wait a minute. Let me double check my pockets. Oh, would you take like? Do you have any discounts on elephants?
You know
It
the
was
elephant-
only ridden to church.
I'm sorry, but the elephant discount was last week.
Less than a mile on it.
What? How much do you have, dear?
I feel like I shouldn't say that, but I have less than 2,000.
All right.
Like a
well,
lot less.
I will
than
tell you
2,000.
what. Make me an offer, and feel free to sweeten it with non-monetary options if you
I
want
have
as
200 pieces of candy.
Do you like candy? Well, that's fine.
Every mortal I get.
Okay. Well,
Would you like a little candy?
I can cast lots of spells.
As can I.
Oh, well. I can be super charming. I could talk somebody. Maybe I could help you sell stuff.
Interesting. Perhaps if you worked for me, you could work off some of your debt.
Yeah, maybe I
That's
could
some
help you
boss
sell
like
some
stuff.
things.
I'll tell you what. How about... And you should know some things about this elephant first.
Kill someone.
Okay.
It will listen to you. Once it is summoned, it will be active for 24 hours, and then it needs to rest for 7 days before you can use it again. So you want to make sure you're using it only when you need it.
That's how they get you, man.
It's
how
not
they
worth
get
it.
you.
We can go to a pet store and get you a real elephant.
The raven can be used more often.
Does it only stay out for 24 hours? Like, can it go away after 3 hours if I want it to?
Yes, but it will still have to rest for
Okay.
7 days.
What about the dog?
The dog is also a bit on the rare side. That one is 1,200 gold. And he can be a dog for 6 hours. And he can speak in common to you.
Talking
But he...
dog.
You can talk to me?
Well, of course.
You buy in Scooby?
Oh my gosh.
He can
Okay.
see- he
I
can
am
see in
young
the dark,
and I love you.
but he also needs
Are you?
to rest.
So
for
you're gonna
7
give her
days.
Okay.
possibly a dog that talks in common? And I'm shaking.
How many arrows do I have? This is
Okay.
gonna get rather.
He's gonna tell
What size dog was it? Like
It's like
that
a
size
mastiff.
dog?
No, it's like a mastiff.
Like big dog.
Yeah.
Big dog. Like
You
big
could
enough
ri-
for her
you
to
could probably
ride.
ride on it, yeah. He only stays around for 6 hours, but you could ride him for that time.
Yeah, you can. I go silver
He
away.
could be your war dog.
Okay. This is looking good.
So 1,200 in gold and or trade.
Why don't I help you sell some stuff anyway? No matter what I get, I can get a discount.
That sounds fine to me.
Okay.
We'll hang out here today and we'll work together and
Let's do that.
For every item you sell, I'll knock a percentage of that item's price off of your total.
Yeah.
If you help me sell enough things, you'll get the dog for free. But right now you look like you might need some breakfast. Can I buy you some?
That's really nice of you. Thank you. I would love some breakfast.
And she goes up to the counter. And Lillian is back. She says, "Oh, hello, Velsa. It's nice to see you again. Here to set up shop for a day or so? Well, you know me. I'm always out finding new and interesting things and selling them to people. Ones I can't use anyway. I think this young lady needs some breakfast. Maybe a muffin, some eggs, and some bacon.
With whipped cream.
With whipped cream, yes.
On what?
Yeah,
All of them.
You're
Makes
right.
sense.
You had to ask.
Certainly. At least she's eating something healthy this morning, that's fine. And Lillian heads off to prepare some breakfast. It's probably been about a half hour or so, and Bob, you come down next. And you're still a little beery, a little sleepy. And you see Opheria sitting at a table in the corner talking to a cat lady.
Oh, hello.
And they're sitting and just chatting.
Well, you seem to have made a friend. Who is this?
This is my friend Felsa, and she sells things, and she's selling some really good things. You should see what she's got in here in her bag.
Less is more, darling. Less is more. Just she happens to be selling things, and off the cuff, throw it over the shoulder.
Off the cuff.
Better, but not quite. Yes, dear. We're traveling. Oh, you're fur is lovely.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. What
What
is?
face are you wearing? Are you wearing the bob face today?
Yes. Unfiltered, unplugged. So what is it you're selling, dear?
Oh, all manner of things. What is it that you're looking for?
Oh God. Weapon, instruments, things of that nature.
Instruments, you say?
Yes. Fun, unique items.
Let me see what I have in there. And she starts rummaging in the bag of holding.
Have you purchased anything?
No.
Are you eyeing something?
Maybe.
I like it. Will it be a little chaotic?
Yes.
Perfect, wonderful, yes.
She says, I have a lute in here that you might like.
Yes.
But because you're like decked out, you've got your instrument. You look like a man of music.
Indeed I am.
He's really good at singing.
Are you now? That sounds lovely. But I have a lute and I have a sitar in here for magical instruments.
What do you both do?
Well, and she pulls out the lute. She says this, and she hands it to you and says, go ahead, give it a strum. And it makes a lovely sound. It's definitely one of the finest instruments you've ever played. This does a great many things. It can make friends with animals, it can protect you from fire, and it can protect you from poison. But it also will allow you to fly, turn invisible, levitate, or protect you from those of extreme beliefs,
Ooh.
good or evil.
Lovely. I love it. I love it already, and that's dangerous.
The cittern, on the other hand, it can do the flying, invisibility, the levitation, the protection from good and evil, but it's more of a nature-oriented weapon. It'll toughen up your skin a bit, or it can heal, and it can create a cloud of fog to help cover your escape.
Fog clouds.
It's a very potent spell.
Very potent and utilized ever so much in situations.
I knew a sorcerer once who wished he knew fog cloud, and he didn't.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's a dangerous tale, isn't it? It's one of those after-class specials.
It's quite right.
How much for that instrument?
Hey, Gary.
For the fog cloud.
Which one?
For the fog cloud, of course. The sitar?
The cittern or the lyre? The one with the curing, or the one with protection from fire and poison?
Oh, that makes you
curing.
fly.
They both make him fly.
The curing one.
The curing
We
one.
could always use a little bit of extra healing, just in case, to allow others to rain chaos down upon their heads.
What others? I'm the one who usually does
I'm
that.
speaking of you, my dear.
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
possibly let it go for less than 600 gold.
Ooh.
What a deal.
Yes. What a deal. I love it ever so much. Would you take 550?
I would consider it. What do you think? Is that a fair price, dear?
I don't know. I think you guys should compromise and go right in the middle at 575. That sounds fair.
Well, what if I bought an extra thing?
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Items? Any pets or anything like that?
Well, I do have some magical animal figurines, but those are a bit pricier.
Oh, I'm looking for something small. Something along the lines of a bird. Or
Oh, I do have a silver raven,
Mm-hmm.
if that is something that interests you.
Yes. Would you take... How much is the silver raven going for?
The silver raven is a bit more expensive. But if we were packaging the two of them... One moment. And she reaches in and she pulls out, and sure enough, it's a raven made of silver. So, do you want to know what it does, or do you just like the fact that it's a bird?
I just love the fact that it's a silver bird.
Well then, very well. The silver raven is 750. But $750 and $650 is $1,350. I would let the two of them go for. I'm sorry, it's $1,400. I would let the two of them go for. What do you think, dear? Is $1,300 a fair discount since he is your friend?
That would be really nice of you. Boy, you can't pass that up.
1,500, 1,300. I have nowhere near that much, but maybe I can go borrow some from
Or
Ozen.
$1,200 and a song about me.
Let me see if I can go borrow some money from a friend of mine.
All right.
And then I will come right back to you. And Bob will go over to Omen's room, run over
Okay.
that way, and knock on the door.
There is no answer.
I will run over to Topher's room and knock on the door.
Okay, there's really loud noises coming from the door. Hold on. And as you roll over to you roll over to pull the pillow over your head, and you notice you feel some warmth next to you, and you turn over.
And she's cuddling
And-
the stick.
Topher is cuddling the stick and is snuggled up next to you in bed.
What was that?
Just pushing out of bed, like, oh god, okay, I'm
Pushing
up.
Topher out of bed?
I'm pushing me out of bed, just using you as the push.
What are you doing?
Door. You, door.
You know more words than that. Use them.
I'm gonna get up and get the door.
Okay.
And she nuzzles back into bed.
So Olin opens the door, still wearing what he was wearing the night before.
Hi. Well, you're beating me by one, aren't you?
Whoa, no, wait, no. Wait,
It's
no, this is not what it looks like. This is
exactly what we look like. We slept together. Isn't that what people do?
No, this is, okay, it's what it looks like, but it's not what it is.
I don't know what you mean. It's what it looks like if it's not what it is.
I don't know. I may need to have you two roll the d20.
You experience a strange
Keep
sense
in
of
mind.
deja vu.
Never.
I feel like we were just here last
I've
Tuesday.
met a merchant and I want to buy something, but I need to borrow some gold.
How much gold?
I need 400 gold.
Okay.
Okay? I'll pay it back to you in spades, I promise. The next sort
How
of
many gold is spades?
I will give you 400 gold
It's
the
at
minute
least
I get it.
450.
Okay.
And I'll let you play with my present.
Okay.
Not my present. No, my
Not his package, his present.
Just 400?
They're just 400.
Would you two like
Okay. And she starts like counting, like 1, 2,
Oh god.
3,
And
4,
Calcitrant,
and just like
you're off
30
to a
seconds go by.
very good start
400.
here.
Thank you. I will
See
run
what
over,
else
I
we
will
can do.
pick up Topher, I will give her a kiss.
This is very high up.
And place her back down and say, you two take your time when we come down. So breakfast. There is a merchant downstairs with fun, interesting things. And I will run back. And 1,200 and a song, as long as your junior salesman gets credit for the sale.
Indeed, she does.
Yes, yes, of course.
And you see her counting up the coins, and you see her slide some of them into a separate pile before putting the rest in the bag of holding.
All right. Yes, of course. And I will take the instrument and
Okay.
Thelsa.
So you know which instrument this is, right?
I do
The cittern.
I do not, but I will look for it in terms of magical items and.
So you now have you have purchased a figurine of wondrous power, the Silver Raven,
Right.
which I will tell you can become a raven for up to 12 hours. Once used, can't be used again until 2 days have passed. And while in raven form, you can cast Animal Messenger on it at will.
Oh, so it can communicate back and forth.
You
with
can
me.
send it to people with messages. It can be like your messenger.
Oh, I can use it to tweet.
You can.
Wonderful, lovely.
So you
Yes.
have a bird, and you have the cittern.
Cittern.
Gonna
I'll
poke my
find you
head
the
out of
exact
my
full
room.
name of the cittern.
Are you guys still in the hallway?
I'm at this point, the smell of food and alcohol is probably downstairs.
The mock
Are you still in the
thermal
hallway?
cittern.
Are we still in the hallway?
Yeah.
She probably, because were we ever in the hallway or did she come into the room?
No, he just stood in the doorway.
To the doorway.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Topher. Hi. I stick my head in my hair. It was like a mess. I'm still in like just a sleep shirt.
So is she.
Topher.
Hi.
Can you bring me something with a lot of sugar,
Okay.
please?
So you're staying in your room, Clem?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll start heading downstairs.
I
Okay.
appreciate you.
You see Euphoria sitting in the corner with a tabaxi woman. And she's got a little pile of gold on the table and a bag sitting on the table in front of her. And you see Bob taking a silver figure and a musical instrument from her.
There's a cat over there. I'm walking towards the cat. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Makes sense.
You get distracted and forget to get...
I didn't forget yet.
That's right.
Priorities.
You reprioritize, that's right.
Oh my god! Kitty! Hi! And she'll start doing like regular kitty like things that she would do when meeting a cat. Like puffing her ears up and like big eyes and like going down and crouching.
That's very cute and all, but I'm a tabaxi, not a cat, and we prefer to just be looked at in the eye and talked to like regular folk.
Oh! I'm sorry, you really do look like a cat, but I can do that for you. Hi, I'm Topher.
Hello, I'm Felsa.
Hi, Felsa.
Now, if you did have a shiny ball or something, I wouldn't say no to it. But
I don't have a shiny ball, but I do have some catnip that I picked up way back when.
oh, well, that's all right then.
And she'll just hand her, like she'll reach in a pouch and put like a few pieces of catnip in her hand.
So, what brings you to the plaster dragon?
These guys.
Oh, you're friends with Bob and Deferia.
Yeah. I think we're friends, right, Bob?
Hell yes, we are. Especially now. Thank you, little one.
Yeah. We're friends, right, Furia? Yes. Then yeah, they're my friends.
Ah, very good. Well, is there anything you're needing? Because I travel from town to town and I sell wares.
She has the most spectacular things.
What things?
You should find out about them.
Okay, I'm here to find out about them.
Well, what are you looking for? I have quite a bit in this bag.
Well, right now I'm looking for something sweet.
Just some food. Well, that's probably not a good use of...
Do you like jewelry?
No,
She
I
has
don't
rings and things.
No, I don't need that.
They're magical.
They're magical.
Yes, magical rings.
What? Magical rings? What do they do?
Well, I have all sorts of magical items.
Okay.
Hang on, and I will tell you what rings I happen to have in my bag right now.
Okay.
After a couple minutes, Topher hasn't come back. I get dressed and go down. Still very half asleep.
Sorry.
She'll probably be
It's
with...
okay. I
She'll
wouldn't
probably be with
expect anything
this,
less.
I would say a good 15-20 minutes, and you probably give up.
Yeah, like after 5 minutes, I'm down and I'm like stumbling and like my hair's still a mess and I'm just very tired.
She pulls out a ring, and it's copper with indentations around the side, and there's just polished bits on each indentation around the ring.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And he says, "This ring is really good for talking with animals."
Wow. Can you talk with animals?
It has 3 charges, and you can use a charge for any of these 3 spells. You can do animal friendship and just make an animal your friend. You can speak with an animal, or if there's an animal that you can't seem to become friends with and you're in danger, you can cast fear on it and send it away without harming it.
Whoa. And how often can you do that?
3 times.
You can do any of them once or one of them 3 times, any combination, each day.
She's automatically like weirded out because she doesn't believe in using magic on animals except to like communicate everything. So she's like, I don't know that.
But just think you could help them. If they needed help, they could tell you what help they needed.
But it can also cast fear into an animal, and that's not right.
Well, if it's about to kill you, maybe it's safer than somebody else killing it because it's attacking and they think you're in danger and so they kill it. Instead, you scare it away and then it doesn't get killed.
Alright, you seem not interested in it. That's fine. I'll pop it back in the bag. What about this one? Do you ever worry whether people are telling you the truth or not?
Oh no.
Don't buy that.
Sometimes.
Well, this ring will give you better insight into the motivations of others, and so you'll be better at catching people who are lying to you. It's not perfect, it's not that strong of a magic, it's not as strong as the other ring, but from your 500 gold pieces, you'll be able to have a better chance of knowing when someone's lying to you. In game terms, advantage on insight checks to see if someone's lying.
All the time, or do you have to use it a certain number of times a day?
All the time.
All the time. For 500?
Yeah.
This will change her entire character.
Yeah, it really will.
You seem like a very trusting person.
I am a very trusting person. That's how I get good friends.
It seems like it'd be easy to take advantage of you, and I don't want to see that happen. I don't think Etheria here would take advantage of you, but I don't know your other friends as well. Wouldn't you like to protect yourself from having people take advantage of you? You can still trust them, but then you'll just automatically catch them sometimes. And you don't have to do anything about it, you can just file it away in the back of your head.
You're effed.
To know, oh, they're lying to me, maybe they're not as good a friend as I thought they were. And you can use that to try and convince them to be better people.
This really will change her entire character if she knows when people are lying.
It's still a roll. You're still gonna make a roll, but it's it's gonna help.
Give like her some help at it. And that one's 500 with no limits.
Yeah, you just always.
Anytime you think someone's lying, you can say insight check to see if they're lying. You can't sense deeper motivations. You can only do it's basically truth or lie, which means if they're telling the truth in a really manipulative, underhanded way, if it's technically true, then it's not a lie. Like
What's
if you're
Okay, what's the ring made out of?
This ring is a silver ring with an owl on it.
You're aesthetic.
Yeah, true.
I want the bag too. I could really use a bag of holding. I'm getting a lot of satchels and it's getting a lot.
Well, I only have the one, because you can't put one inside another. That's dangerous.
I know that's dangerous, but to be quite fair with you, they make me hold a lot of things and I'm small.
That is true.
As she has two satchels across her. One's a med kit with this healing stuff. The other one is the Orion house.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what. Since it's my only bag, I suppose if you gave me the satchels that you have there, because you could transfer everything to the bag, and if your friends end up buying a couple of other things, I might have a light enough load that I can just carry it on my own until I can acquire another one.
I get the ring, I get the bag. I'll give you $550 just in case they don't want to buy anything.
$550 for each.
No, I give you $550 in total and the satchels.
50 for a bag of
You
holding?
want to pay me 50 gold?
I don't want to pay him anything. I was just trying to do it so that you guys don't have to buy anything.
You were going to offer me 50 gold for a bag of holding? She laughs.
You guys realize who Topher is, right?
She has no idea.
She just handed 400 gold over without blinking.
Is this money? Is this
The ring is easily worth 500, as is the bag.
Sorry?
The ring is worth 500, as is the bag.
But I'm giving you the 50 and 2 satchels. That's all you said you wanted.
No, I said I would be willing to sell you the bag if you exchanged the satchels. And
I'm pretty sure you said. So, okay, sorry, we're breaking this down. So she has to give her how much for the bag?
500 for the bag, 500 for the ring, and then swap the 2 satchels so she has something to carry things in.
I'll give you $760 in the 2 satchels.
Can you believe? I thought you said she was your friend.
She is my friend, and she's very, very nice. And
She's not being very nice to me. I'm giving you market rate at that. I'm not even charging
Well, you're
the
not
market.
being a very nice kitty.
Her fur kind of raises up on the back.
So
of her
does
head.
I
hers.
don't think you should call her a kitty.
Now listen here.
Kitty, what's happening?
I know, I shouldn't call you a kitty. I'm sorry, that was wrong. I just don't have the money. I gave it to Bob.
What's happening?
I'll overhear this. I haven't even activated it yet, and I'll say, What if I gave you back the silver raven and she can have the bag of holding in lieu of that?
I just
Well-
showed up.
You're going to give back your raven. But you
Yes,
seem to have your heart set on that raven.
I did, but I can always find another pet at another time, and she is right. She holds the majority of the things that we collect on our journey. She's got a kit that'll save lives, and
And how much did you borrow from her to buy the bird? 'Cause
400.
well, I guess she owes you 100 now, doesn't she?
Sure, yes, that would be lovely.
500 for the bag,
Yes.
and I take back the raven, or 500 for the ring. I take back the raven and give you the bag.
Perfect. So all you have to do is give him 500 gold. You will have your bag, Joffa. And the
Well, I
ring.
have it if you give me back my 400. I don't have to owe you $100 gold.
Yes, dear. Hand me 500 and you will get all of the things that you wanted.
What I think you're not understanding is he borrowed the money from you and then spent it. He doesn't have it right now. So he can't give it back.
Okay, so I'm giving you 500.
You're giving her 500. You give her 500 gold pieces, and you're getting a
Technically,
discount.
she needs to give her 600.
No, she's giving her 500.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving the raven back.
She's gonna
Yeah,
owe
the raven
Bob
was
100.
400. Oh, the raven was 500?
I'm
Got it.
I went from borrowing 400 to lending 100.
Yes.
Yes. So there you are.
What if I don't take the ring?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
kidding. We're moving on.
Bob hands the raven back and hands she hands Topher the bag and the and the ring.
And she begins, emptying. She pulls like a cloth out, and she begins emptying things from the bag. A really big pile. She kind of throws the cloth over them.
Sure.
Well, this is going to be a bit harder to sell things, but I think it's worth it. That's another 500. So, and she takes the money and she slides a little bit more over into the pile and puts the rest in her satchel that you've given her.
Good morning. What's happening?
Hi. This.
And I've realized we've been shopping so much that we're going to take our break right now. I'm sure there will be more shopping after the break because not everybody has had their chance to talk to Felsa yet. But Clementine comes down and sees a pile covered with a tarp, sees Topher sticking things into a bag, more than the bag should be able to hold, and Bob holding a new musical instrument, and Etheria looking trying to look businesslike while standing next to this tabaxi woman.
It's time for more than beer.
And congratulating people on their purchases. And that is where we're going to take our break. We're going to go grab a snack, maybe a drink, and we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Be back soon. You alright there, Arnie?
Yep.
Okay. We had a nice little break. We sang Happy Birthday on the break. There was harmony. It was actually really impressive.
I'll sing you a new birthday song.
Go for it.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
This is the second verse. It's shorter than the... There.
I hope you like your birthday.
If Josh was here, he'd help you with that.
Yeah, me and Josh know it.
Mm-hmm.
I love everyone.
We'd only need to fill in 2 more parts.
Except for a fear.
Yeah.
Aww. I love
Alright.
Furia.
Before the break, Euphoria had convinced her friends to buy things from her new friend, Felsa. Felsa is something of a business partner for Euphoria because if Euphoria helps her sell enough stuff, she's going to get a deep discount on an elephant.
Yep.
Wait, if she sells more stuff?
Yeah.
Do we count
You don't
as
know that, though.
stuff
Yeah?
being sold?
Oh yeah, that's what that's. I mean, you haven't figured it out, but that's what that small pile of coins that she keeps pushing aside is. That's Euphoria's share of the sales.
Hello, I'm awake. What's happening?
You see everybody around the table with this tabaxi woman.
She has a bag of amazing stuff.
Amazing
She's
stuff.
selling this amazing stuff.
Please tell me more.
There's rings.
Uh-huh.
They're magical.
Uh-huh.
There's other stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's magical.
Uh-huh.
You should ask about it. She's got amazing stuff.
You look like a seafaring lass.
Yes.
Seafaring.
What kind of weapons do you like? Are you a fan of a rapier?
I am.
Hmm.
My little rapier on my side.
Well, that's interesting.
Stabby, stabby.
Because I just happen to have a magical one of these right under this here cloth.
Please tell me more.
Felsa's bag of tricks. A wonderful bag of tricks.
Well,
She gets full of tricks.
Tell me.
I have a couple of different ones. I have one that's not very powerful, but is interesting.
Okay.
Which, when you unsheath the sword, it casts moonlight for 15 feet around you.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
The moonlight spell or moonlight?
Just moonlight.
And the other one?
The other one makes you slightly more proficient at attacking. Does a little bit more damage than the average rapier.
Let me check real quick. Do I have dark
As
vision?
Bo is calling out to us.
I do have dark vision.
Or good.
We're good, Bo. We're good.
First one doesn't do anything to me. How much is the more damage one?
The more I thought you said the more damaged. I was going to say none of them are damaged.
The more damaged one.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, the more potent rapier, I would say I could let you have for 750 gold.
How about we do a straight 700?
What do you think, dear? Is 700 a fair price?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say 1,000 for that.
Well, I was, but she is your friend, so I was knocking it down to 700.
That was really nice.
750.
That was really nice of you. I was sure you were gonna say 1,000. I was sure she was gonna say 1,000 for that.
What does she have you for?
I really want this outfit.
You want an elephant?
I'm sorry, what?
How much?
It's a little figurine. It's really
It's a
adorable.
figurine.
I love it.
How much?
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry.
She's apprenticing herself to me
I'm
so that she
learning.
can learn.
I'm learning a career.
She's learning a trade. It's very
Would
valuable.
you say it's the oldest profession?
You
She's
know,
teaching me.
I might say it is.
Alright.
Season wrap.
I will take the rapier for the 750.
Well, thank you. And she slides another 75 gold into a pile that you're noticing is kind of stacked near Euphoria right now.
This is for him and
Okay.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm good.
Would you be
Thank you,
interested in this perfectly regular rapier?
I know, I mostly trade in magical items, but I'm sure that you can find a weaponer's shop somewhere in town that it looks in fine condition. I'm sure you could get someone to take it off your hands for a few gold, for sure.
Probably right. How much damage does this rapier do?
It's a +1 rapier, so +1 to attack and to damage.
Okay.
And Olin finally comes lumbering down the stairs,
That makes sense.
one hand to his head.
My regular rapier is +3.
No, your regular rapier has a +3 attack bonus, but it's
Yes.
if you put in rapier +1, it will calculate the updated attack and damage bonus.
Okay.
What's your dexterity?
My dexterity?
Yeah.
My dexterity is... 1 second, D&D Beyond. +3, 17.
Okay, because you should also have proficiency in rapier, so it should be at least +5, not +3.
We'll figure that out
Okay.
afterwards.
If you need to attack anything, let me know.
More
because
attack.
You may have been selling yourself a bit short.
I've been using my dagger, so it's fine.
Alright. You also are agile enough to do rapier and dagger. You can attack with both.
This is good to know.
The offhand one will do less damage, but it still gives you 2 attacks, which in case you miss with one, you can still do your sneak attack. It gives you an extra chance to do sneak attack.
Gonna eat this cake in celebration.
Very good. As you can see, it's a very lovely bright pink birthday cake, which matches Audi's whole aesthetic tonight. It actually matches her birthday girl ribbon.
It does.
Quite well.
I am the
It's
king
almost
of
like
the
someone planned
murderers.
that. What?
You should wear this tonight.
All right. So, Olin, you come downstairs.
Oxley.
You've got a horrible headache, and
Oxley. Oh,
and you see everybody huddled around a table in the corner, except Bo, who's standing off the side of the bar.
I'm gonna go talk to Oxley first.
Oh, what can I do for you, sir?
What was in that dragon's breath?
Well, that's a secret recipe here. It's the plaster dragon, but it's a very potent drink. It was stronger than all the other stuff you asked for combined. I figured I would save you some time and some money.
I'm gonna just hand him 1 gold. Keep that on hand. Just keep it on hand. But I'd love a lager and lime, please. A lager and lime.
Sorry,
All
pronounce glass of water.
Lager and lime, please.
Lager and lime it is. You're no longer drunk, so I don't feel bad serving it to
So,
you.
I'm just gonna turn around and just see the tabaxi and her gaggle of friends, which is my comrade.
Yes.
And they got a tabaxi in the corner.
She sells stuff. It's amazing.
Does she? And what sorts of wares is this?
Magical stuff. She's got like weapons and things. It's really cool.
Weapons, you say? And tabaxi, what sorts of weapons do you have?
Well, what are you looking for?
Well, I can shoot a bow and arrow, and I can...
Well, I don't have a longbow on me, but I do have some enchanted arrows.
I'm
And-
listening.
Yeah, you look like a... Are you sure you're not a longsword man?
It's more of a short sword, but
All right,
I'm
all
a
right.
grower, not a show.
Can confirm.
Pay no mind to my group. here,
Well,
these people.
so far they're paying customers, so I'm going to pay them mind. But
Fine.
so a short sword, I could give you a magical short sword. Let's say for 600 gold.
And what sort of magic does this short sword?
Well, it makes you more accurate and it does more damage.
More greater accuracy and damage. Right? What about these arrows you said?
Ah, the arrows. Some of them I'm not sure you can afford. No offense meant. But,
What exactly do you mean, no offense?
well, I'm generally good at appraising people. And
So you're assuming that I don't have the coin?
I'm assuming that you do not have the coin for this arrow.
Try me.
Could just ask him how much it costs.
It's testing me.
All right.
It's testing me.
Well, she pulls out an arrow. It's the wood is this fine cherry hardwood. The fletchings are the most perfect you've ever seen, and the tip is like adamantite. And she says,
Wolverine is shitting his pants.
she says, this arrow can slay nearly any beast. And those that are more powerful than what it normally can handle still do significant damage to them.
And how much are you asking for this arrow?
65,000 gold pieces.
I told you should have just asked.
What if you want the one-shot kill? But I did say I thought it might be a bit too rich for your blood.
Oh god.
Ooh.
We might have to remember this for the next boss fight, though.
Are you saying it's not good enough for me?
No, I'm saying I'm not sure you're good enough for it.
I'm plenty good. I can assure you of that much.
All right, I've been assured. Then if you have the 65 and I was wrong, it's yours.
When she puts it away, I'm gonna watch exactly where she puts it.
Okay.
So I'll go for the short sword.
Okay.
And that short sword is for how much again?
600.
600.
She turns to Etheria. This is a man who knows what he wants. And she takes the coin and again slides a little bit in a pile over near Etheria. And gives you a +1 short sword. That's 60 more. I know you're keeping accurate track.
Yep. And do you have anything else in your wares of ring or cloak or
what kind of ring are you looking for?
Well,
I have
Ring of water resistant.
And he looks over to Topher for a second and says, I have a ring that she didn't want, but I'm not sure I want to sell it to you.
What ring is that?
Well, it seemed to offend her, and I don't know that I want to sell a ring that's going to offend your friend into your party.
And what ring is that?
You just made friends.
Doesn't mean I can't ask questions.
No, they slept together. It's different.
Oh, okay.
Right, exactly.
Twice.
It's like Tinder. You're not friends.
What is
I'm
that? Does
offended
that
that
make
I
us
haven't
like
had my
friends?
turn yet.
Nah.
Yep, you said it.
Right, I mean, if you really want me to show it to you.
Of course. And information download. Now I know what the ring does.
It's officially called a Ring of Animal Influence.
Animal influence.
It allows you to cast animal friendship, fear on animals, and speak with animals. You can do any combination of those 3 times a day.
Did you buy
3 times a day? I thought you said
Weird.
3 uses.
And
Well, it is. It's 3 uses. So,
And how much is that?
Per day.
I understand though, but
500 gold.
I stand by my decision.
How about this? Are you a person who likes to bet? Likes to wager certain items on chance?
Oh god.
What do you have in mind?
I will give you 400. And I'll take this down, and whoever gets closest to the bullseye wins. I can give you 400. Listen to 400 for gold for the ring, or whoever gets closer to the bullseye. If I get closer to the bullseye, I'll take it off your hands for nothing.
So my choices are 100 less than what I asked for, or nothing. And what do I get if I win?
If you win, what would you like? If you
How about what my friend means to say is 400 if his dart comes closer, 550 if her dart comes closer. It's the premium. You're betting on your skills.
Then yes, the 550. If yours is close.
400 if you win, 550 and a proclamation from you while standing on a table in here about how inferior to female creatures you are.
I like those odds.
How close is Etheria to her?
She's pretty close.
I'm close.
Don't make me nervous. Please.
I won't if interfere.
Deal.
Your
And
fingers
she
crossed
reaches
behind your
out
back.
her hand and her claw hand and thank you shake.
Do this.
As the challenger, you are welcome to go first. What
Should I stand on the table now?
is it? What is it? What is it?
That's a nat one.
You're like, I am so good at this, I'm going to do it with my eyes closed. And you close your eyes and you throw it, and
Hits Bob.
you hear a clank as the dart bends and bounces off of Bo's chest.
Yep, no, that's
All right, now my
That sounds
turn.
right.
I suppose I could do worse than that, but I would really have to try. I almost feel badly, she says, and she's not looking at the target, and she just looks away, flicks her wrist, and it hits the bullseye.
Oh.
So 550 gold, and I believe you have something to tell everyone?
Do I get the ring as well?
Well, of course you do.
Can it be this one?
Yes, certainly.
Yes.
So you have a ring of animal influence, and your fist Topher off.
To all the fine patrons of the Plaster Dragon, give us this day this wondrous tabaxi, who's bested me yet again.
No, I believe you were going to say that you were inferior to all female creatures.
Oh yes, how could I have forgotten? I am so much dumber. You all.
Well, you did lose the bet.
How dumb of me.
I make a very, very loud audible fart sound.
The bar's a little bit more crowded now, and so there's some tittering going on in the bar.
Yes. Just.
When he gets off the table, I bring him a drink.
Well, I'm waiting for his proclamation before I give him his ring.
I proclamized. Good enough, wouldn't you agree?
I didn't hear the words that I am dumber than...
Tabaxi, and what is your name?
My name is Felsa, but that wasn't the deal. You were to claim you were dumber than every female creature. My assistant will attest to it.
It's true. That's what you said.
I am dumber than creatures.
Nope, that's not gonna do it.
Girls. Just say girls.
Can I use minor illusion to make it look like his lips are moving and he's saying, all female creatures are the best creatures, and I am inferior on any plane that could possibly exist.
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna try, but
Go ahead and give me... I guess I would call ventriloquism sleight of hand, even though it's more like sleight of mouth.
okay. Even the as an illusion cantrip. So okay.
Well, right, because the cantrip has no sound to it.
Yeah. You create a sound or a move. Okay.
Well, okay, well, are you making his lips look like they're moving, or are you creating... And the sound would be a simple sound. It wouldn't be like a whole paragraph.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm trying to make it look like his lips are moving, and hopefully Euphoria catches on
Okay.
for this.
Oh, I can't make
Oh,
him
you can
say
only do
stuff.
that?
I can do like sounds, but I can't
Yeah,
like
it's simple
make him
sounds.
think things.
I take it back. Then.
Okay,
Not even worth it.
we are waiting.
Oh.
Never used a minor.
I would hate to think that you're going to welch on the bet.
Just take a quick note of the items on the table.
Just say it and I'll buy you a drink. Come on.
I am dumber than those females, those ladies, those women about the bar presently.
All the ones in the world, all female creatures. I didn't specify the bar. All female.
All the female creatures inside and outside this town.
Yay!
Here's your ring. Wear it in good health.
Can I perception to see like where she's placing things about the room, or like
Yeah, I was lacking my eye on the arrow.
Yeah, and she's putting things.
or sleight of hand the arrow out of?
She
the
put
air?
it. She put it somewhere underneath the tarp.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to steal $65,000
Yes.
from under a tarp.
Yes.
Live your truth.
Tabaxi, tell me more about this elephant.
Oh, I can't. The elephant is promised already. It's on layaway.
I'm not interested in it.
Well, you can't buy it, but...
I'm not saying I want to buy it. I'm not interested in the magic
Well,
of it.
it's a figurine and it turns into an
I'm
elephant.
trying to distract her from what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 20, not Nat.
20 not nat. So you reach over and you go to lift the blanket and it does not move. I will give you a stealth to not be noticed, trying to...
Oh no.
Can
What's
me
the
distracting her be an
worst-
advantage?
That could happen.
Possible thing that he could roll.
Did you get a nat 1?
I can't.
Really?
Yeah, this dice shit.
So you're like... So you try to lift it and it doesn't lift, and instead of giving up, you start tugging on it, and suddenly she's still talking to Clementine, and her hand goes... And her claws are out and they are right at your neck.
I dropped my beer.
Olin!
I dropped my beer.
You're not a convincing liar. It's bad enough you almost Welshed on the bet. And ask Bo what we do to Welshers here.
Well,
Oh, what do we do to Walters here?
You've already passed out twice. The next one's outside, my friend.
I can see my own way out.
You sure? You don't want me to walk you out? Because I will.
I'm fine.
You guys spent a wonderful night together. Maybe you want to take a walk too.
I'll just bow out. And
Are you sure there's nothing else I can get for you? It seems like you're interested in what's under the tarp there.
Unless you prefer me giving it to you for free, or perhaps on a job you might need doing.
I can't think of a job that would pay you enough to get that arrow. Frankly.
So how about my friend Bob? He's always out for a job worth doing.
But you don't understand. I don't need anything done that is worth that much.
Oh, lucky you.
I just offer Bravo.
I'm good.
You may be amused to know, Billy, that tarp is a magic item called the security blanket.
Aww.
Built by the
I
great
give
wizard
Owen
Linus.
That's
A
right.
drink.
Have we finished shopping? Has everyone purchased the things they want
Yes.
to purchase?
Almost. But I'm not gonna be able to purchase it today. That's okay.
Why? How short are you, dear?
A lot.
How much?
Like, well, she wouldn't know exactly, but,
How much did your commissions come to?
1890. So I'm almost at 2000.
So only like 110.
So
Oh.
no, because I was at, I was only at 1175. So I'm still like 600 plus short.
How much did you get in tips or in commission?
1890.
No.
What? No, I'm sorry. No. Oh shoot! I added something wrong at some point. Oh no, that was the total. So 189. Yeah.
Is how
sorry.
much you left you need.
Oh, okay. So you
It's
have
yeah. So I'm still short. Like
Is
I'm
this-
really short.
189?
no, 189 is what she's
It's
gotten
my
in commission
tips.
so far.
Okay.
Well, you can keep working with me all day if you like. I'm sure.
I would
people
totally
will
do
come.
that. Do you have any really, really expensive items? And we could go to a place where people have lots of money? I'd be happy to just roll for
You took
how
it to
we
the
did
place.
at that place. So that we don't
Someone with
have to
a lot
actually
of
work
money
this out.
is coming here for breakfast.
And as you say that, Rosalina walks in. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rosalina. It's good to see you.
It is good to see you as well. How are you today?
I'm doing really well.
She's a bit sad though.
I am.
Well, perhaps this will cheer you up. And she reaches in a satchel and she pulls out a silver tray. I was so impressed by the fact that you didn't try to take it last night that I would like to give it to you as a present.
What's a silver tray worth?
That silver tray is worth about 250 gold.
This is beautiful.
Yes, I had it crafted personally.
Aww.
You
She's
proved
gonna
to
get
be a
mad when I
most
tell her.
trustworthy and, as I said, precocious child, and I thought that should be rewarded somehow.
Well, thank you. I try to do the right thing. Sometimes I mess up, but I try.
And that is what is important. And how are you this morning, Bob?
Oh, wonderful, my dear. Our young Etheria is taking a hand at salesmanship and working with this.
Is she?
Yes, lovely Tabaxi. Would you mind if she practiced with you a little bit, see if there might be
Not
something?
at all.
Come one, come all, and see the wares that we have to sell.
Where are these wonderful wares?
Underneath this blanket.
A blanket?
Where? There.
A blanket, you say?
Yes.
What sort of magical items could one have under a blanket?
So many magical items. There are weapons. There are rings.
Rings?
There are all sorts of things.
Weapons, rings, and all sorts of things?
Look at you rhyming. How very clever. What is it that you would have me buy, child?
Something that is dear to your heart or would help you in your endeavors.
The $65,000 arrow.
You're just trying to get in my bed, aren't you?
And I look over at Felsa and say, for someone of her stature and majesty, do you have anything that could be worthy of her presence?
She looks her up and down. She's very finely dressed. I do have a ring that might suit. It is a bit pricey, but you do appear to be a woman of means, and I would not offer otherwise. But do you ever find yourself in need of protecting yourself? Well, doesn't every woman have action?
If this changes the fight that eventually is going to happen between you two.
Well, for a mere 15,000 gold, I have a ring that allows you to cast a couple of illumination spells at will, and if you're ever in danger, you can expend extra charges and throw ball lightning at your foes.
And I down my breakfast beer.
It's
So,
called a breakfast in bed shot.
what that would allow you to do, depending on how much power you channel, you could cast multiple spheres of lightning of differing sizes.
Oh my god!
And I order a second one.
Very useful for getting yourself out of a tight spot. Or, if you're not feeling like using balls of lightning, you can cast shooting stars that cover a greater area but do lesser damage. Oh, well. Iria, thank you for bringing her to my attention. This
You're welcome.
does sound very useful. 15,000, you say? I'm not normally one who haggles, and so Wakefield, and Wakefield comes in from the outside. Oh, yes, madam. Could you go and grab the box from the carriage? Yes, madam. And he comes in with a small chest, and she opens it out, and she counts out a few stacks of platinum. And she lays 1,500 platinum on the table and says, "Will this do?" "Oh, yes, miss, that will be just fine." And she goes and lifts up the blanket and pulls the ring out and hands it over to Rosalina, who
I need to ask for more spying money.
who slides it onto her finger and say, "I shall have to think about this ring for a while, but I like this very much." And you see Felsa slide a small stack of platinum over toward Etheria.
Congrats on your elephant.
Well, dear, I believe you've got close to 1,700 there.
Yes.
You want to keep working, or would you like to buy an elephant?
I would like to buy an elephant, please.
I'm sorry, what?
And she rakes all of the money back and,
Yeah.
puts it away and says,
So I need to give you...
"You did a good job. Let's just call it 200.
Okay. Which is actually... Like, she's still making a profit off that. But yes, that's even better.
You're 8. You don't know.
I don't know. I'm like,
Oh, I
yes.
thought it was 7. It was
It was
1870.
1870. No, it's
Oh.
okay. No, that's even better. Like, she wouldn't know.
No, she wouldn't do that to you because you have been helpful. So she'll say, "Why don't we just make it an even 100?"
Okay.
And you watch Etheria pull out 100 gold pieces and get handed a marble elephant statue.
I'm sure this is fine.
Isn't it beautiful?
And you somehow, even if nobody else does, Bob, you somehow get the feeling that you may have gotten fleeced here a little bit.
Yes.
Not a lot,
Do you
but
want to go outside? Look at your elephant.
there was a definite markup.
For the elephant?
No.
For all the items.
Yeah, between 50 and 100 on everyone else's stuff. You know.
No.
Do you want to go outside? This is main character. Do you want to go outside?
Yes, but let's finish up here first. Okay.
Breakfast?
Yes, I think breakfast is in order. It seems like you've had a very eventful morning. Let us go and sit and leave Felsa to her business.
I'm just hearing, the way you're bizarre.
And you glance over your shoulder and you see Felsa kind of tucking the bag around the stuff, trying to kind of tie the bag. And you see her cast a spell and the bag just kind of levitates. And she says, "It was a pleasure doing business with y'all. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to top that right now. Might be time to change spots."
That's fair. We will keep an eye out for you. For that raven.
Well, I'll do what I can to
If you
hold on
come
to it
across
for you.
any armor, that'd be great.
Wait, one more thing.
Yes?
One more thing. And I run up to her and I hand her, what was it, 500 gold?
Yes.
I hand her 500 gold and I say, may I have the raven too, please?
You are just full of surprises, aren't you? You can work with me anytime, little one. And she sets the bag down, opens it back up, rummages around inside, and pulls out the raven and hands it to her.
I run back over and I hand it to Bob.
Oh, hello. What is the code word to have?
Yes. The code word is fly by night.
Fly by night.
Oh, I need to know the code word for mine.
Yes. She goes over and she says, "Do you want me to tell you out loud or do you want me to whisper?"
Whisper it.
And she whispers to you.
You can just tell me.
Yeah,
But
she whispers to you, "Ears and tusks."
Ears.
Oh, goodness.
Now, what languages do you know?
I know.
Sounds so
Common
much
and
fun.
infernal.
Okay. So
Sometimes.
she says, "If you want, I can make it so that it only can be said in infernal."
Oh, yes.
And goes and she does a little something on it and it glows briefly and then she hands it over.
Thank you.
Enjoy your elephant. Remember, 24 hours, then it has to rest for a week. So don't use it frivolously.
Every moment we can.
Yes,
That
of
elephant's
course.
coming
Use it
out.
only in an emergency.
Bulldog over there.
And please don't use it in the bar.
So use it in the bar.
I looked it up. It won't work in the bar. If
Well,
the space isn't big enough for it, it won't.
no, the space is big enough.
Oh.
It just won't be able to get out. And it
Oh.
will probably destroy several tables.
It may be upstairs.
Cool. No, I won't do that. I want to ride through the town on an elephant.
We are never, ever to find a deck of many things. Oh my God. It's like, I pull 34 cards. No, she doesn't.
And the worst thing would be if she's the one that found it, because before anyone could say no, she'd be like, "Ooh, what's this do?" And it would kind of whisper into her mind, "How many would you choose? How many can I choose?"
I choose all of them.
I choose you.
Aww.
Cool. You had to.
Anyway, breakfast with the rich lady.
Oh, yes. We've been a little preoccupied this morning, but our good friend is here to offer us a job that she believes will be beneficial to everyone here, and that's why I invited her over to join us for breakfast, because I didn't want to say yes without your and everyone's consent.
And what exactly is the job?
All I know of it is a bit of a surveillance job. But it's something I believe that we can all handle and take care of. I mean, if we all
Yes,
work
it's a
together.
warehouse stakeout and investigation. I need to find out what Lyrandal is doing at a particular warehouse down by the docks. And I believe you are the ones to help me do it.
We have to be sneaky.
And how much did you ask for?
Well, she offered 700. But I countered with 800 for the group, 200 now and 600 upon completion of said job.
Now, Bob, you are very, very articulate sword.
Oh, this is a fun game. What else am I?
You are a very silver-tongued sword.
Yes, of course, I'd use that phrasing.
How much did you pocket?
I haven't pocketed any. I was actually very upfront with her, and
In fact, he refused to take the retainer.
I refused. Did you hear that? Girl behind the bar, did you hear that? Refused to take the money.
The man to refuse to take the money.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if you're in, it's fine enough for you. I suppose I'll be the same.
This one.
You have my bow.
Yeah.
And my ass.
And as you guys are
Knock comes out.
as you guys are discussing, Lillian comes out and starts serving you plates of breakfast. Bob, perception check for me.
They're all
You
poison.
better kiss her, bro.
16.
Yours has a little bit of extra bacon on it.
That's right, Dad's bringing home the bacon. I will give her a sly wink with a little bit of a sly flourish, and as she drops the plate off.
She blushes and hurries away.
Can I perception like the him like flirt with her? It's pretty obvious.
That'll be insight, but yeah.
Insight? I'll take it. That's going to be a 29.
Darling, the flirting is so good. It's not a high DC.
Yeah, it's pretty clear to you that he's flirting with her. And she seems receptive, so.
Oh. Let's keep that one away.
Do you want tips?
Etheria doesn't notice.
Tips.
Yeah, tips on how to flirt.
No, she's checking to make sure there's lots of.
I have
whipped cream on
gone to
her
bed
eggs
with
and bacon.
more women in this party than you have.
Yeah, well,
Fortunately,
you already had a plate with
Oh, that's right, I
your
did
muffin
have
and she asks if you want anything else. Waffle, pancakes, perhaps?
Could you just bring me a cup of whipped cream?
I could.
Okay, thank you.
You are
Darling,
welcome.
can we try today
I'm
to
right next to you.
veggies or fruit? Or
I
something?
had eggs and bacon. Those are veggies and
That's-
fruit.
yeah.
What if I put some strawberries in the whipped cream?
Yes.
Lovely.
Every great adventure needs a good stout.
Stout.
You'd love one. Come, Huxley.
No.
Start for a fair.
No.
Two cats
What-
jumped on my lap and jumped off. and I
You're
almost
not
had a
giving
heart attack.
the 8-year-old a beer.
She is more powerful.
He didn't
than
order me a
must
beer. He
combined.
ordered me a stout.
A
See,
stout
a-
is a beer.
Now, don't go putting words in my mouth.
I'm afraid he's right, miss. The strange man there with the messed up
No.
facial hair is trying to get you drunk.
I was drinking beer and I
I'm
was.
gonna,
How
I'm
old
gonna
are you?
pull. I'm gonna
Eight.
pull
Never
Topher
mind.
up off the ground in front of the stool.
12.
If you will serve her, you won't serve her.
Well, she's an adult gnome, and she's a tiefling child, so yes.
Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges.
A very different fruit.
They are very different, and the rules apply
Exactly.
different.
Very different, but the same age.
If you shut up right now,
Wait,
I will
how old
kiss
do you think I am?
Excuse me?
I will kiss you.
She
if
said,
you
if
shut
you
up.
shut up right now, she will kiss you.
This is a daring move.
If you
And he
shut
didn't
up
shut up.
right
This
now.
is a daring move
Oh,
for
God.
her to do.
Does it appear
I
to me as
don't
well?
He
understand
keeps talking.
why she would tell me such a thing. It does not make sense. I am looking at you, looking at you.
I walk over to Bob and kiss him.
Is it like a kiss, or is it just like a
But
friend?
full on.
You hear a clatter of dishes from behind the bar.
Aw. That could have been you. And I sit back down.
With me what?
Topher rolls her eyes and kisses him. She rolls her eyes, stands up on the bar, and just get full on.
My mouth is not a keep for people to come in and out of.
I will.
That's what she was saying she would do.
Disgusting.
It does not make sense.
I
when
agree.
people
That
need
needs to go on the
kiss.
quote board. My mouth is not a keep for people to go in and out of. That's
Well,
beautiful.
Makes sense. I will wash my mouth out like a gentleman in Jägermeister.
Or the equivalent thereof.
Offensive.
right? Like he starts after you've kissed him. Clearly a friendly gesture. He starts trying to drink, and you see him swishing the beer around in his mouth. And
I'm a gentleman.
it's not coming across that way.
It's really not.
Maybe that's what you were going for, but
Wait, gentleman,
I think I made your little flirting girl a little mad. Do apologize.
Why?
Oh, you didn't hear the clattering of dishes?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
you should go check it out.
No, I shouldn't.
Lillian,
you're right back there.
you don't hear anything.
Oh, go check it out.
No.
You, a wise man, once told me, I am the dead bird to his song. And you are a song to my dead bird. Go check it out.
This is nothing like anything that I've
It's
said.
the same thing. You've offered me advice about the opposite persuasion, and I've given you the same advice. Go be a songbird to my death.
No.
Death cat. Death bird.
There is a difference between running towards a scared creature and keeping your distance and letting them come to you.
Oh, kissing.
Are you going to kiss her?
Are you a
again?
scared creature?
Huxley
It's
asks,
okay. I have speak
does
with
anyone want
animals. We
anything
can talk
to drink
that
with
way
their
if you
breakfast?
prefer.
Some coffee, perhaps.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Please.
How do you like your coffee?
Black, please.
All right. Coffee for you as well.
Yes.
I would like a cup, please, with half hot chocolate and half whipped cream.
I can make that.
It'll go with my side of whipped cream.
Your whipped cream and
strawberries.
strawberries, exactly.
Everything awesome.
You can top anything with whipped cream, can't you?
So much.
I can.
All right. So 2 coffees and a hot chocolate. And yours is black as well, miss?
Yes.
And nothing for either of you.
Half stout, half coffee.
All right.
Oh.
It's good. Try it.
Hey, water, please.
All right.
Water.
You know fish
I am
fornicate
wearing
in
my
that, don't you?
Clementine perfume, by the way.
He says, you know fish
It
fornicate
smells
in that, don't you?
delicious.
Fish fornicate in that.
Fish
he just said that to
fornicate in
you.
water.
He said that to me.
Yeah.
What is
I don't know
fornicate?
that I drink it.
I mean,
when a fish
You
and a fish
fornicate in the air that we breathe, so
I don't think that's the same. You're as good as at analogies as this one is.
no, you're probably right. But to be fair, I really need some water.
All right. I'll get you the cleanest water I can find.
Thank you.
And he heads back, and he brings the coffee, the hot chocolate, the water, and the half coffee, half stout, which the coffee is hot, the stout is cold, which makes the whole thing kind of lukewarm
That's alright to me.
and a bit of a mess.
Every good stout needs to be rich.
They call this the tauntaun
All right.
because it's lukewarm.
Eh.
I got you on that one. You see, use the force of at his hand.
So are you sipping your coffee? Are you taking big drinks of your coffee?
I would take a sip of my coffee.
You spit it out immediately. It tastes heavily salted.
Tastes like home.
Oh
Yours
god.
doesn't taste heavily salted. Yours is fine.
Oh, mine's fall.
And- Upon seeing you, do you spit the coffee out or do you swallow it?
No, I will look towards the bar and take another sip.
Okay.
And do I catch any of this?
I don't know.
Has he made just enough of a face to where I can tell?
Give me an insight check.
12.
12. All right, now give me a Constitution save to see whether you were able to control your face.
17.
17. Yeah, you're used to
Women making
unusual things like this happening, and so you start to sip, and you're like, oh, she salted my coffee. How cute. And so you just kind of sip it, keep a straight face, and then take another sip and nod over to the bar. You just see her kind of peering out through the kitchen window. And she goes back to the kitchen.
You keep harvesting dead birds. What is happening? Are you killing birds?
With one stone.
So let's see, we ended up with what? A rapier, a short
Rapier
sword,
plus one.
a couple of rings, and a couple of animals, and an instrument. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
That was quite a haul.
Yes, thank you. Oh, kind and benevolent DM.
We are worms.
Wait, the DM's gonna be mad when if he finds out about this. If he finds out about this.
I'm going to assume that we take the job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that fine with everyone? And then
Yeah.
I will hand everyone a cool 200 gold pieces from the 200 retainer. I believe that works.
Mhm.
What?
So 40 each.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was like
Yeah.
200 from a 2. Yeah. 40.
Where's my character sheet?
So everybody has 40 gold.
Yes, especially if you were just cleaned out, it would be good to have that in your back pocket. When do you need this job done? Yeah.
Well, I'm not in a complete hurry. I mean, take your time and do it right, but I would think a week's time should be sufficient for you to stake out the place and determine what dangers there might be, and then
Yes.
get in, get out with whatever information.
I tell you, I'm great at checking for sure.
Is this gonna be one of those things where there's sentries marked along the way, or guards or so?
I would imagine so. Lyrandar is up to something, and you will need to figure out what it
We'll
is.
just have you smooth talk with ours. It's fine.
Schedules of people coming in and out and all that sort.
Yes, just so.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if this job is on the up and up, or if there's something. I know she's very even keeled, so
Yes.
I'm not expecting a lot here.
Person with a ring.
I mean, if he happens to look over and just like stop trusting people.
13.
She seems like she's telling the truth. It seems like a legit
Sounds like a
job.
legit. And okay.
It seems like she actually wants to know what's going on in there.
Yeah.
No. Lovely. What we could do is take this in shifts, if need be, split up into pairs. Maybe all of us go there and do a preliminary scouting trip.
I like preliminary scouting.
I'll take third shift.
We haven't even. Yes, of course. Of all the shifts, you will be the captain of the third shift.
Of course, there's 5 of us here. I'll take third shift.
Yes. You.
All by yourself.
Plenty of time for me to set the bar.
Why do I feel like Topher's going to angle to have Clementine on watch with her?
Leaving Bob
Just because
Nefarious.
the common team of Bob and Afuria is too good not to have.
Are either of you super
No, you
stealthy?
can have it.
We will be on third shift, and they will be on second shift.
I've done first shift.
Oh no,
Who's
we
on
don't.
first?
We don't have.
What's on
first
second?
shift. First shift.
I don't
is-
know. That's not third.
Fine, I'll be on first shift.
All right, then we'll be on third shift.
You tricked me.
It's not that hard, dear. It's all semantics, really.
And I flip the nearest table. I punch the tabaxi. I
Then you
run
be on
amok.
the shift
Knock,
with me.
knock.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Like,
let's fly towards.
Topher, could I have a word with you in private?
Yeah.
Topher.
I'm gonna
Do you-
follow them if he's taking Topher.
Come, step out to my carriage with me.
Okay, and she'll hop off the bar stool and
Okay.
do a little trot.
And
I'm following very stealthily.
as they head out the door, Wakefield steps in front of the door. You requested privacy, and
Okay.
I'm afraid I must give it.
I'm going around and out a window, one upstairs, out a window, and making sure I get there wherever they are.
Okay? It'll probably take you a few minutes to do that. So you go upstairs, go ahead, give me athletics or acrobatics for climbing down. Parkour.
triple gamer.
I've got a sheet. I've been
16.
using my sheet the whole time.
That's right.
Yeah, you've been wearing your
That's
sheet
my
the whole
toga
time.
sheet.
16.
16, okay. Like I said, it takes you a few minutes and you kind of bounce down the wall.
I understand. I don't want to be close enough. I can hear them. I just want to watch to make sure she doesn't run off with Topher.
Okay,
Is what I
they're,
do.
Small.
they're sitting in the carriage.
Okay, I'm just watching.
Topher, dear,
Yes.
you seem very different from your compatriots. I think you are a good influence on them, and it pleases me to see that you are with them. But you don't strike me as... Well, Olin and Bob seem... Well, Olin seems to be in this only for the money. Would you agree?
I think a big part of it is money.
And Bob seems to be in search of fame and glory, spreading his name far and wide. I know Clementine's motivations quite well. Fury is a mystery to me, but I need no insight on that from you. I really wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
I don't believe that your goal, the reason why you ventured out from wherever it is you're from, was merely to find money and adventure. What is it that you seek so that I may better reward you for your efforts on my behalf?
I need help.
You need help. Doing what?
She like pulls Beast in close again.
You don't have to share that if you don't want, but the more I know, the more I can help you.
I have to save my family.
It is a very noble goal. What do we need to do to save them? I have many resources at my disposal.
Can I, as she's talking to me right now, can I like use the ring to see if she really wants to help me, or if she like wants to use me and get close to me?
You can only tell whether she's telling the truth or lying.
Oh, okay.
And so,
then it wouldn't.
you could still try to see if anything she's saying is a lie.
Well.
She's not lying about any of the things she said. She wants to help you. You don't know why she wants to help you. That would be an insight check for her motivation, which would not be an advantage.
Right.
But you know she wants to help you. You know she is interested in knowing where you're from and how she can help. But you have no idea why. Did you want to try an insight check her? Just for motivation?
Yeah, sure.
No advantage on the insight check.
Oh, that's right. So, do I roll again? So I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, exactly.
8.
You're not sure why. She's just a kind rich lady.
Okay. So she's just asking what I want.
She's asking some somewhat personal questions, but she's not prying hard.
I want a few things. I know I really want to save my family, and I know that everything used to be okay, and now it's not, and I don't know why, and I think it's bad spirits. But also, they sent me because they knew I had something to prove.
Does that mean that my help is not... Would me helping you prevent you from proving yourself? Or would it be a part of proving yourself? You have made a powerful ally who is offering you aid.
She kind of like holds Beast and like nuzzles her nose to him, like as if she's trying to get him to tell her the answers.
I don't need an answer now, but if you have one at some point, as I said, I can reward you more properly.
I think that you helping me with something this big is not a problem.
Very good.
But I think that I need to be able to show that I'm capable on my own.
As you wish.
Not to my family. My family believes in me, just to other people.
Your friends do not believe in you?
I think they do. Sometimes I worry they don't. Sometimes I think they think I'm a kid.
Perhaps.
Olan definitely thinks I'm a kid.
Perhaps you just need confidence. Believe in yourself, Topher. I believe in you. And trust me, I will not be giving you charity. You are working for me. You are earning what you get. I can think of no better way of proving yourself than that. Now, I've taken enough of your time. If you wish to talk, let Clementine know and she can send word to me.
Okay.
And tell Clementine that I suggested she be more careful in what she says to her friends.
What'd she say to her friends?
I don't want to throw her under the cart, as they say. Let us just say that she is being free with her words, and it can be dangerous. You never know who's watching or listening.
Okay. Well, I don't want her to get hurt, so
Nor
I'll
do
let her
I.
know.
Thank you, dear. It has been a pleasure talking to you. And you know, give me a perception check.
Wow, come back. 18.
You notice, you're like looking around this really fancy coach on the inside, and you notice up in the top of the coach, in the corner, kind of perched, you see a black raven.
Like a real raven.
A real raven.
What is it like? What's the vibe it's putting off? Like if I'm seeing a raven, I would want to.
It's just watching.
Okay.
It looks at you, it nods its head once.
Things I once loved are betrayed.
She looks up at it and she goes, like as if to ask if she can trust Rosalina. Like she would do like a head bob and.
Okay. And it goes, which you think is yes.
2 cause for no.
Yeah.
1 cause.
One by day.
And would
I see.
I know I'm asking a lot. I'm sorry.
It's alright. You're having a moment. It's cool.
Would where is it? Speech of the woods help me though that beasts can understand your speech and they gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're pretty sure it's telling you that you can trust her.
okay.
Like bobbing and cawing, and
Okay.
it flutters down and sits on your arm. And like it gently pecks at your hand, just like.
I'll start like petting in between its eyes right
Yeah.
here with my thumb.
Oh, well, I see Boris likes you.
Boris?
Yes, that is his name.
He is a very beautiful bird.
Thank you. I am quite fond of him. We share a very close bond.
I know what that's like. Beast and I are like that. He's weird.
Well, why don't you be on your way, and he and I will be on ours.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
Bye.
And Wakefield opens the coach door and helps you down. Closes the coach door, gets up in the driver's seat, and her coach rides away.
The moment the coach rides away, I bolt toward Topher. Are you okay? You're not.
Yeah, I met a bird. His name is Boris.
Okay.
He says that, well, I mean, he didn't really say it out loud. He's a bird, so he talks bird. But I basically asked him if we can trust her, and he said yeah. So.
He's part of her, so of course he said yes.
Wait, are you saying birds can't be trusted?
That.
You guys head outside after Wakefield walks away?
So, Oh, sorry, are we interrupting something?
No. I just was checking something.
Oh, alright. Should we go to reconnaissance? Or,
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I thought that we could possibly, Etheria and I could fly over and look at it that way, and then if you guys want to take the ground.
Sounds good to me.
Would you like me to fly?
How strong is Etheria?
No, he can fly now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I will summon. I will activate Lord John Grey, and on my shoulder, and
Oh my gosh.
and give him a little scratch behind the ear.
So you have a silver raven on your shoulder.
Yes, Lord.
That's so cool!
This is
That's so
John
raven.
Grey. He's the most beautiful of all the
He's so beautiful.
silver ravens. But yes, say hello, John.
As John Grey comes to life, you involuntarily glance down at your pouch where your elephant is.
Okay. Shall we fly overhead and see what we can spot, and
We
then
shall.
sort of meet back here in an hour or so?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Oren, would you mind escorting the two lovely ladies?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes. All right.
I'll take it.
All right. Wonderful.
I'm in safe hands.
And do you finish your conversation with Clem, or do you pause?
If he's escorting, I'll tug at the bottom of her coat or something and be like,
Yes.
one more thing.
Okay.
She says you need to be more careful with what you say to your friends. I don't really know what this means. I tried asking. She wouldn't tell me.
Silver. Stay close to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Bob and Etheria, perception checks for me.
Bum, 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 believe it or not.
17.
15.
As the two of you are flying toward the warehouse, and they're walking, they have to take a less direct route. So you guys kind of fly off this way, and they're doing streets and things. You see a little bit below you and circling over them a raven, and that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you all. Her last character worshipped the Raven Queen, and now she's being spied on by ravens. How the mighty have.
Volupta, goddammit, you should have stayed.
How different would this encounter be if Volupta had stayed?
Dear Volupta.
Dear diary. All right, that's what we're going to call it for tonight, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. It was mostly a shopping episode, but there was a lot of character development in that shopping episode. And the party still learned some very interesting things. It'll be a question of what they decide to do with them next week. But we know next week's episode is going to be entitled Stakeout or something similar.
Steak.
Tonight's will probably be retitled from Rosalina Redux to... what's that?
Stay close to me.
Stay close to me.
I was thinking something to do with Furia and some kind of...
Much to do about Furia.
I was going to say something with her sales skills.
First job.
We'll figure it out.
Birth of a sales girl, something like that. That's not good, but we'll think of something that is good. And you'll be able to see that title on the video on demand. So tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel for Echoes of Eberron. Thank you again to Indigo Chameleon, Miss Audi, Gypsy Wolf, One Big Uno, and The Scribe. I love telling stories with you because I never know what it is you guys are going to do next. And it brings me joy. Thank you all. Have a great night and even better tomorrow. And we'll see you next time on The Plastered Dragon.